It is with a humble heart that I, Jupiter, aka Corbin Pennell, was
The story of Jupiter the Hybrid is one of the most disturbing cases we will ever cover on our channel. This 25-year-old individual has been spotted preying on underage girls on multiple occasions. He takes pride in claiming that he used to be a thief and a hacker and almost brags about it. Many viewers argue that everything he claims is just lies, a stunt to make people notice him and see him as a baddie. In reality, he's nothing but a sorry soul doing crazy and dangerous stuff on the internet to gain some likes and comments. Jupiter is actually delusional to the point that he believes he is a half-werewolf, half-vampire who feeds on blood. Everything we've discussed about this TikTok degenerate till now is just the tip of the iceberg. This is the story of his twisted actions, dark history, and outlandish claims. Jupiter is a 25-year-old content creator on TikTok, whose real name is Corbin Pennell. He was born and raised in Idaho, Nampa. We can't say precisely when he started his career on TikTok, as his original account is now deleted, but he started a channel on YouTube somewhere around 2017. He is known on TikTok due to his deeply disturbing and perplexing videos, his history of dating minors, engaging in abhorrent conversations, making false claims, and whatnot. He has more than 50,000 followers on his current TikTok account. While most people know him from TikTok, he also has a YouTube channel named Jupiter Paranormal. And on this page, you'll find some of his earliest videos that are completely nonsensical, giving away the state of his mental health. Look at this video of him claiming that he has the spirit of his dead mother in his house.
I swear this to anyone who's gonna watch these videos, but I swear that my mom's spirit is right here in this house with us. Watch carefully. Mama, if you are here with me in this house, move the rocking chair, please. Make the rocking chair. Y'all saw that, right? She made the rocking chair start rocking. Like it started rocking back and forth, just carefully and steadily. If you're here with us, Mom, could you please do that again? Please? Could you rock the rocking chair again? Y'all saw that, right? Anyone else saw that? Did anyone else see that? Did anyone else see that orb? Or was it just me? Mama, if you're in this house, make that orb appear again, please. If you're here with us... Oh. So you are here. Dude, like, I do not. Y'all saw that orb, right? It wasn't just me. Y'all saw that orb too, right? Watch when I ask if it's my mother to make the orb appear. Mom, if you're here, make that orb appear, please. If you're here with us, make the orb appear again, please. Y'all saw that, right?
And his YouTube channel is filled with these rubbish videos. Despite all this insanity, we would say that this content right here is still harmless compared to what you'll see further on in this video. He does not only have a messed up dating history, but he also claims to be a werewolf, vampire, dragon, demon hybrid, or whatever that's called. Not only that, according to him, he can do blood magic and put life in inanimate objects and drink their blood.
Since you're a vampire, do you drink blood?
Not human blood, no. I use that as a last ditch attempt if I ever, yeah. I don't drink human blood. I don't do that. I use it as a last ditch attempt.
So what blood do you drink?
Usually animal blood. I can bring inanimate objects to life and use them as a blood source. They're known as homunculi. and they're used as a blood source.
So, like, you would find, like, a rabbit on the side of the road and just drink its blood?
Yeah, something like that. Although I prefer to drink blood from a homunculus that I've created.
Besides these absurd claims, his feud with Binda is also very famous. She's also a content creator on TikTok who made a series of video calls to Jupiter, recorded their exchange, and posted it online. In this entire saga, she plays an important role as her videos expose some of the weirdest aspects of Jupiter's personality. She actually acted as a decoy to expose his tendencies and predatory behavior toward minors. During his own live streams, and specifically while talking to Binda, Jupiter has implied countless times that he's been in relationships with underage girls. In fact, during one of his own live sessions, he showed his girlfriend's Snapchat account. Viewers were quick to notice that the birthday on that account was 2008, which means that the girl at that time was only 16. Jupiter also brings up the name Abby on multiple occasions, referring to her as his girlfriend and claiming that he had proposed to her. While there's nothing predatory about proposing to someone, the only problem is that Abby was probably underage at that time. On top of that, he shamelessly claims he's engaged to someone named Abby, but still cheating on her with Linda.
You guys see that one video where I said I proposed to Abby? Didn't any of you see that video? I couldn't keep lying to Linda anymore, and I'll let her know eventually. But yes, I proposed to Abby.
During one of his videos, he revealed Abby's face and claimed that she was 21. But this claim also turned out to be a blatant lie. Abby was actually a special needs person suffering from Prader-Willi syndrome, a rare genetic disorder that causes various behavioral problems. To get the truth about Abby out in the open, Siwa Moon, a famous YouTuber, posted her voice chat with Abby online.
How long have you known Jupiter? Since me and him were teenagers. You said 14, correct? Okay. No, y'all, she's 21 now. The first time she started talking was at 14. And then he's 25, she's 21. What was the nature of y'all's conversations the first time y'all talked? Was it just friends?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Did it change to more than that before you turned 18?
Yeah.
He says you're his fiance, but at the same time, he also says that Binda, is his fiance. Are you aware Linda's just a character for TikTok and not actually a real person?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good that you understood that.
Yeah, I have special needs, so it's hard for me to understand.
It's okay. It's okay. I do not mind.
His roommate, Christopher, is still there living with him.
In the group home.
In the group home, yeah.
So how
But his brother is still in prison.
And his brother's in prison for PDF stuff?
Yeah.
So from this interaction, it's clear as day that Abby was still underage when she first interacted with Jupiter while he was an adult. And that is just the beginning of his creepy and completely unacceptable behavior. You should also note that all of this drama came out at a time when he was gaining a lot of traction. Jupiter's audience is mainly comprised of teenagers, young adults, and children. But let's agree, why would an adult, even with half brain cells, willingly watch his gibberish? And then Linda entered his life and everything went haywire from there. She basically played him, recorded his abhorrent behaviors and the weird things he said, and posted all of it online for everyone to watch. During one of their interactions, Jupiter explained how he talked to girls on social media and invited them to watch him take a shower, which is just disturbing to another level.
I mean, if you want, after this, we can talk on Facebook and I can take a shower for you. Because that's what I was planning on doing tonight, this early morning anyway.
What do you mean take a shower? Like,
well, since I have the master bedroom and everything, I sometimes let the women I'm close to watch me shower if I'm, like, in a relationship with them.
so what do you do in the shower?
Just, wash up, freshen up, that sort of thing.
Well, I'll talk to you later, Jupiter. It's nice meeting you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.
And in this live chat, Jupiter also revealed many disturbing things about his family, calling his mother and sister a and saying that a girl in high school once accused him of Linda Binda has an entire saga dedicated to Jupiter on her TikTok, so clearly they conversed on various occasions.
This one chick who I dated back in high school, Paige Hoagland. Know what she did after I
What?
pressed charges on me? Yeah. She pressed charges against me. After that, she went to the police and said, I raped her due to my little sister telling her to do it. Yeah, she's a little, but I still love her. She's my little sister after all. I can't live without her. And I can't shoot her.
While the conversation we heard above was very pathetic and problematic, Linda managed to capture something that would shake you to your core. She herself claims that this exchange with Jupiter made her really uncomfortable. Here's the clip.
That you told me you sleep. If you ever wanted to send me pictures of your body, you can do that. I don't mind. Or if you wanted to chat and show off your body to me, I wouldn't mind that either. If we were ever video chatting, if you wanted to show off your body to me, I wouldn't mind it.
Do you do that often with a lot of girls?
No, not really. I'm willing to give it a shot with you, though, if you wanted to.
But I feel like just a few weeks ago you did the same thing with another girl.
No, I didn't actually.
Then what was that photo of you on the mattress? Remember that?
Oh, that was a long time ago. Let's just not act. Let's not just rewind time and think about that.
Okay.
Focus on what's happening in the present, not in the past.
So, what photos would you like?
Any photos of you. Whether they be in poses or not, I don't care. You have to show me something, honey.
Yeah, I get that.
If you want to do it tonight, we can do that. Instead of being live, we can chat.
Okay.
We can chat if you'd like. We can video chat tonight if you're not going to go live. We can do that tonight if you want.
I'll have to think about it.
Come on. You've known me long enough. I'm not going to do anything stupid.
I know, I just have to think about it. I just have to think. But I'll get back to you, okay? But it kind of goes against my religion.
Honey, you do realize I don't care much for religions.
I know, but I was raised strongly by my uncle, and I just haven't...
Yeah, I can tell you don't go to church. You don't even follow the rules, so why would you care? Because I sure as hell don't care. I grew up LDS, but I'm not gonna I don't care about the religion. I don't follow it. So if you want to do that, that's fine with me. But just letting you know, I don't care for religion. But you're too scared because you're self-conscious. Come on. Just one time, show me something of yours that way I know that I can be, that way I know what to look forward to. You have to show me something, sweetheart.
Okay, well, maybe not tonight. I'm gonna have to tease you a little further.
Come on, honey.
It'll be worth the wait, I promise. Someone we know.
It's very evident from this clip how bad Jupiter's mental state is. The way he constantly says phrases like, if you want to and if you wish to, depicts that he takes no blame on himself. Now imagine a vulnerable teenager or child in the place of Linda. It's very easy to be groomed and fooled by such individuals on the internet. These events summarize the seriousness of Jupiter's behavior and the danger he poses to his online audience. Many Reddit users and streamers claim that he enjoys chatting with minor individuals, flirts with them, and asks them to send pictures of themselves. One Reddit user named Cool Awesome Unicorn posted a series of Snapchat screenshots a while ago. The person went undercover and talked to Jupiter as if he was a 14-year-old. The conversation between them was just insane. This exchange clearly implies that Jupiter talks to minors on a regular basis and asks them to send photos. The authorities were involved at one point and took his electronics to investigate, but he is still out there on the internet doing all the creepy stuff and probably talking to minors as we speak. It is scary to think that an individual like him is loose on the internet when he should be locked up. Some claim that he's autistic and all, but many of his adult audience believe that he's completely sane and is aware of what he's doing. But the erratic claims that Jupiter has made in the past imply that he may be suffering from some sort of mental illness. He's made not one or two, but numerous mindless claims that are very hard to believe. Look at this clip, for instance.
You do realize I was the king of thieves at one point out in Melba, so you probably picked up a few things from me.
Yeah, I probably did. You taught me a lot.
Yes, picking pockets was easy back then, but not anymore. I don't do it no more. I'm actually confessing that I used to be a thief. Before I ran with the Nerd Brigade, I used to be a street corner thief. A kid who would steal stuff from other kids to sell to other kids on a black market, So I started that up. And then before I realized it, I was getting some fame and infamy. So I started off small, nabbing pictures here and there, people's wallets here and there, to sell off to someone else for a little cash. But then, years later, while I was in high school, my freshman year, I got approached by Forrest Price, mind you. He approached me and said, if you're going to be a thief here at the school, you're going to be thieving your whole life. Is that what you really want? And I look at him and I'm like, who are you to judge me? And he said this: in case you change your mind, find me in the library tomorrow. I will draw up a contract and I will let you work with my association, with the people I have working under me. So I thought it over. Next day I went to school, went in the library, and he was in there already with a contract drawn up.
He clearly thinks of himself as an interesting, adventurous individual who has done some crazy stuff. His claims that he's been associated with a group of hackers and he used to pickpocket people on the streets are only made-up lies to either impress Linda or his audience. Many of his viewers believe that the erratic nonsense he utters on the internet is a sign that he may be suffering from some sort of personality disorder like schizophrenia. The things he says about him being a vampire-werewolf hybrid are very laughable, but also depict the seriousness of his delusions.
Drink blood from a homunculus that I've created.
What was the last animal you ate?
It was an inanimate object that I drank blood from, and I'd rather not get her now because she doesn't like being on camera. She's shy, so I can't really. Her name's Shiratora. Although people call her Twilight, her name I gave her was Shiratora, which is translated to shooting star. But sometimes I call her Star for short, but sometimes I'll just call her by her name. So she's one of the many homunculi I brought to life. Since she adds life to her, she is able to give birth to children and stuff like that. So
like, you've had children with her?
Yeah. But I made her promise no more after our last set of triplets. I told her no more. I was done. So yeah.
So how does she get pregnant?
I don't want to explain it to you. It involves a lot of magic and pornography. That's all I'm going to say.
While it is possible that he may be faking this delusional behavior to gain some sympathy and likes, It can also be the case that he actually believes all this stuff. The way he talks on and on about his magical power implies that he may believe these scenarios to be real. In fact, he has a box full of small ponies that he says are his babies from Sheratora. His YouTube channel is also filled with videos of him recording non-existent paranormal activity in his home. This guy's not just creepy and pathetic, but also downright delusional. The further we progress into the story of Jupiter the Hybrid, the more sinister and darker it gets. It's almost possible to feel sympathy for this version of him that makes outlandish claims. He may appear at first as an innocent adult who says delusional things and just doesn't know right from wrong. But as you discover more about him, his uglier, darker side will disgust you to the core. As mentioned earlier, Linda Binda plays a significant role in this entire saga. She did an interview with Jupiter's sister and revealed many things about his childhood. This interview helps people understand where he's coming from, the kind of trauma he dealt with as a child, and what kind of environment he grew up in. Kia, Jupiter's sister, mentions in this interview that they come from a family where most male members are, which is a shocking revelation. She also said that her older brother, Junior, used both her and Jupiter as children. She revealed very disturbing details about her family dynamics. Their mom apparently used to favor Jupiter's bad behavior as a child, giving excuses that he was autistic and didn't know what he was doing. But as Kia mentioned, his violent behavior affected her the most. She recalls an incident where Jupiter nearly strangled her to death. According to her, he frequently showed angry outbursts on minor things, hurting people and things when he was in a rage. She also recalls Jupiter her on multiple occasions when they were teenagers.
And started developing more, like reaching our puberty stages, then he would attempt to like me or my sisters. It got so bad where I actually had to get my dad involved, because I would tell my mom and she'd be like, he just doesn't know what he's doing. You just gotta repeat. And so I finally ended up telling my dad, and my dad said, well, if he does it, just go ahead and smack him. So I did. Never touched me like that again.
So your mom was pretty much on the Corbin train, and your dad was, rooting for all of his daughters and sons. So it's pretty sad to see that, you were never treated equally by your mother. You said that he started to touch you inappropriately in places that, a brother should not touch you.
And then there was a couple of times in between that time and the last time that he attempted. My mom had gone into surgery. She got her knees replaced and was in recovery for it. My task was to make sure that Corbin got into the shower, because it had gotten so bad that some kids were making fun of him and making fun of me. We're having bad hygiene in school. And so Dad challenged us with the task to get Corbin to take a shower. And he refused. And he chased me down and strangled me. I think I was like 16. That would put him at 17. That was probably the first time in quite a few years that Corbin had got punished.
It's no surprise that Jupiter turned out like this. In fact, her brother Shane was arrested for inappropriately interacting with a minor. His other older brother, Duke Atwell Pennell, was also sentenced for using a 14-year-old girl and getting her pregnant, which is very, very disgusting and bizarre. Jupiter does have a pretty messed up family history that surely contributes to the way he's acting up now. The delusions, the strange interest in minors, and the violent threats all point to some deeply rooted, unaddressed trauma. Kia mentions various weird things that happened throughout her childhood. Some of the details she shared were so weird and questionable that we can't even discuss them in this video. She talks in detail about his violent behavior that caused physical harm to her on multiple occasions. Apart from all this, he was also prone to making very graphic and violent threats. All this stuff is gruesome and ugly to another level, Imagine living in a household where you're threatened and physically assaulted by your brother. Understandably, all this violence comes from either negligence on the part of Jupiter's mother, who pampered his sorry existence, or some deeply rooted trauma in the family.
When I was kind of preteen, teenage years, I started noticing a lot of favoritism between my mom's relationship with me and my sisters to her relationship with her and Corbin. I know that she did spoil him a lot, and she was called out on it a lot growing up by our oldest siblings, the oldest ones being...
Kia also said in the interview that her biological father admitted to tying her brother to seats to see if they could escape. For real! This interview also revealed that Jupiter has a restraining order against him. His sister strongly believes him to be a violent individual who can cause any kind of harm to her. She says that he once sent her a video of him holding guns, which naturally terrified her and made her request a restraining order against him. Jupiter also showed considerable hate for his sisters during one of his live chats with Linda Binda. He shamelessly cursed his sister and called her a...
Yeah, she's a little... but I still love her. She's my little sister after all. I can't live without her.
The trauma he suffered as a child and his mother's unnecessary pampering not only made him violent and delusional, it caused various other disturbing problems. In one of the live chats with Jupiter, Linda noticed that his bedsheets looked very dirty, like they were stained brown. To be honest, Jupiter does not look like someone who cares much about his personal hygiene. But how bad could his hygiene habits be? You're about to find out. But we'll advise you that if you're eating something, please put it down, because the details will surely gross you out. So when Linda asked Jupiter why his bedsheets looked brown, he answered that it was probably from his sweat. Now, during her interview with Jupiter's sister, Linda cross-checked this information, and that's what she said.
But with Corbin specifically, there was those two smells, but also he didn't have good bathroom habits. It would also smell like urine and fecal matter.
Great. Sounds lovely.
We had this chair that he would sit in when we were moving houses. My dad had to throw it away because it smelled like that, and we couldn't get rid of the smell.
So kind of like his dirty brown mattress that he has now?
Kinda, yeah.
If you had to guess what was on that mattress that he has now, what made it brown? Was it his sweat? Was it his dirt?
I think it would probably be a little bit of fecal matter. It might be dirt. He might not be lying on that, but I'm pretty sure that it would be a little bit of fecal matter.
So when you guys were older and living together, did he take showers?
Yeah, Dad made him get showers, fortunately for me.
But you think if it wasn't for your dad, he wouldn't have showered?
Yeah.
And that is not all. She went on to tell Linda that he wasn't bathroom trained properly until he was probably 17 years old.
Oh, yeah. Mom cuddled him so much that he wasn't potty trained until he was 17.
Well, this is something really very gross and unimaginable. Whether he is autistic or not, it's hard to believe that he has absolutely no sense of personal hygiene. The way Kia mentioned that her mother spoiled him to the point where he would do anything he wanted to do tells us a lot about his upbringing. Jupiter's mother absolutely plays a vital role here. The unnecessary coddling, favoritism, and negligence definitely created a lot of issues in Jupiter's personality. So now that we know a little bit about Jupiter's background, let's discuss more about his interest in minors. One of the main reasons the internet hates him and thinks he's dangerous is because of his interactions with minors on his YouTube channel, Discord, and TikTok. There are plenty of things that indicate that he is definitely not a safe individual to be around minors. At one instance, during a Discord meeting, he was seen encouraging a minor to send him nude pictures.
Jupiter, can I still send you pictures of myself even if I'm underage? Because I'm only 13.
It's up to you, sweetie, if you want to, because I don't mind. If you do, I don't mind. Do you plan on turning me in if I say yes?
No, I would never.
I'd lower the consent all the way to 16 if you guys wanted me to. Or I'd even change it to 15 if you guys wanted me to.
The way he talks in this clip is very disturbing and unsettling. He follows a pattern when he's talking to women where he keeps repeating phrases like, I don't mind, and if you want to. It's a tactic to make the other person believe that they did it on their own, like it's their fault. Thankfully, the girl in this video later revealed that she was not a minor and was trying to play a decoy to expose Jupiter's true self. He also once asked a girl who he believed was 15 years old to make inappropriate adult content with him.
Have you ever thought about maybe becoming a star? Have you ever thought about that? I mean, what if you and I decided to make, if ever you and I got married and we decided to make our own videos, and we added them to different sites and they paid us a butt ton of money, would you consider doing it with me every time?
During one of his live sessions, he was seen talking to a girl named Kristen. He was very explicitly flirting with her and gave her his number. She repeatedly said that she was a minor and asked if it was okay with Jupiter, and he said yes. These are some of the very first things he did that alarmed people on the internet. The adults who were watching him realized his predatory tendencies and began criticizing and trolling him. Every time people got even remotely close to accusing him of inappropriately interacting with minors, he would either get aggressive or start giving lame excuses.
Knock it off, all of you. Next person who says, Abby is a child, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking your ass.
No, I first learned that you had an air mattress because you sent somebody a naughty photo of yours.
God, I thought that girl wouldn't.
She said it was Snapchat, right?
No, it was on Kick.
Oh. Yeah, you have to be careful with who you talk to.
I know.
Because that girl could say that she was 13 or 14, and now you're in a whole nother mess.
I know, that's why I deleted the app before it got me into any more trouble. On Facebook, people are just like hating on me because of my past and what I did in the past. We need to leave that in the past if we're ever going to move forward. It was a long time ago. I want to put it behind me before anyone else gets in trouble because of me.
So when you sent that girl that photo of yours, did you check her age beforehand?
She told me she was of age, but I'm not trusting her. I had no idea she was going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be careful with who you send pictures to because that's how you got in trouble the first time. You knew their age, but you just didn't care. So
listen, probably saw on my Facebook page I am engaged to a girl named Zena.
I did. I saw a picture of her. Yeah, wait. If you're engaged, why did you send a naughty picture of yourself to somebody else?
She asked for it. I didn't know she was going to do that.
Well, you can't trust these other people like that.
Can you promise me that you will make sure that you will, can you promise me that you will keep it under wraps for now?
Yes, I will try to keep it under wraps.
And, I do love Zena, and I'm not gonna leave her for another woman.
Well, that's good. You shouldn't do that.
I do like to have some female friends,
I know, but I don't know if female friends include sending pictures of yourself,
Okay, can we drop that now? It's making me feel even more agitated. Can we drop it?
Sorry, yeah, I'll drop it.
Thank you.
There were other decoys that tried to build a case against Corbin and contacted him as if they were minors. One name that turned up later in the picture was Sophia. She talked to him on Snapchat, and Jupiter sent her some deeply unsettling, creepy, and absolutely cringe videos.
So, your name is Sophia, right? Well, this little devil wants you to know the reason why he wants you to date him is because if you like what you see, you take it. You like what you want. You know you want then grab it. You know the price, and buy it. These are the reasons why I want you to date me. Is you're cute, you make me laugh, you make me smile, and I love you, and hopefully you will love me in return. And Sophia, you like what you see, take it. You want it, take it for yourself. And you're brave, smart, and cute. Those are the reasons why I want you to date me. Jupiter's here for you, baby.
Well, these videos are so creepy that they leave you completely speechless. You'll be confused about whether to feel sorry for Jupiter or be angry at him. It's weird and unsettling. Sophia is not the only decoy who received these cringe videos from Corbin. There are others who claim to receive the same kind of video messages from Corbin, where he's sitting half talking nonsense. Another name popped up on Reddit a while after this video of Jupiter was leaked. In this next video, he's addressing a girl named Maya and saying something similar. So here are some more interesting reasons to date Corbin panel.
Okay, Maya, 3 reasons we should date. 1, if you like what you see, then take it. 2, if you think that you'll be able to handle me, then that's on you. 3, you're cute as hell, and I'd love to have you on my arm. And here's a 4th reason. If you think that you'll be able to tame my inner beast, knock yourself out, girl. Thanks for watching, Maya. These are my reasons for you to date me. Peace.
One thing that's interesting in this scenario is his feud with the hacker group Anonymous. For those who don't know, Anonymous is a group of hackers that are known for cyber-attacking various governments and organizations. They are international-level hackers who have attacked various influential people in the past. Now, of course, the Anonymous group that we're talking about here is just a group of trolls, not the real Anonymous. But as Jupiter lives in his own head and believes that he is very important and interesting, he thinks that he's actually being contacted by a group of hackers. You should all watch this video.
Greetings, citizens of the world. We are Anonymous. We are here to announce to you that Corbin Panel has issued a challenge on TikTok for Anonymous to come forward and face him like a man. What for every single person has seen from him is he cannot simply go to the police, for they are supposed to be investigating him or even should have arrested him days ago once they've received the information about him. You see, an individual who can solicit pictures of minors doesn't go to jail for it, and we often wonder why the system is broken. They don't take child very seriously. So, in return we must do what we always do. We bring it to them. You see, Mr. Panel, we are not intimidated by your videos you've been posting on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, etc. We are not easily manipulated by people who are like you. You see, Mr. Panel, you've done it your way, and your way got you nowhere with anyone.
While this matter is very serious, his warnings and threats to Anonymous are nothing but hilarious. He's posted multiple videos where he's threatening this group, and even believes that he has gotten them arrested by Homeland Security.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm going through a lot right now. I'm sorry I said what I said. I never meant it. I am just dealing with a lot right now. And Anonymous needs to stop his crap.
Well, you get the idea of what kind of a character he is. He is clearly living in his own bubble where mainly things go his way. Everything from the way he talks to the things he says screams that he needs serious help. At one point, when the internet got furious with him for interacting inappropriately with a group of minors, he released an apology video. But unfortunately, this apology video turned out to be nothing but an act to gain sympathy as he continued to interact with minors. He was also seen giving excuses for being said that he was high on, which doesn't make any sense. While he was talking to Linda Binda, he briefly talked about being a pedophile. It's surprising and somewhat mundane that he never denies committing these heinous acts. He says that he was also sleep-deprived, exhausted, and pretty high. According to him, he did not know what he was doing. How poor of him. He's clearly delusional. We can all agree on this. He thinks that being high on allows him to do these horrifying acts, and he's innocent as long as he issues a fake apology. In fact, before he left social media for a while and issued a dramatic fake apology, he was pretty defensive about what he did and issued violent threats.
Those girls, when they contacted me, they said they were of age, but then they lied to me and then turned their backs on me after about 5 days of talking to them. They all turned their backs on me and actually hurt me. I want to kill everybody who's wronged me, including those who keep calling me online. I'm not going to let them keep doing this. One of these days, if the government won't even notice, I can make those people disappear. There's places out here in Idaho where I can bury bodies and no one would think to look.
From these clips and videos, it's evident he was not at all sorry about what he did. He doesn't even look or sound slightly ashamed of his actions. He's blaming all the girls for leading him on and tricking him somehow. And the kind of threats he gives using words like burying, killing, and murdering are just insane. The police were also involved at this point as people reported him with evidence. They took some of his electronics and other stuff, but we don't know how far the investigation went. The allegations against him were pretty severe, so there should have been a thorough investigation. All we know is that he stopped appearing on his own social media accounts for a while, but we saw him appearing on video calls with Linda. His exchange with Linda went on for months and months, and we found out a lot about him through those exchanges. It's peculiar that he says that he is a mentally disabled individual with autism and ADHD, and that's the reason why police would never arrest him.
Cops are gonna give a shit. They're not gonna give a shit about me. Only you need to learn that I'm just a disabled adult who's just trying to live his life. And yeah, you come out a disabled adult and you learn the hard way of what happens to people who do that. They are seen as monsters.
Although Nampa PD confiscated his laptop, his Xbox, and his mobile phone, he turned up on the internet a few months later and was active on all his social media accounts. He also gave many interviews to other YouTube channels, including Kiwi Tapes and Smokey McSee. He said lots of crazy things in these interviews, as we all know by now that he's prone to talking nonsense. One thing that disgusted and unsettled a lot of people is his view of his brothers. He himself is not an innocent person, but both his brothers are registered offenders. One of his brothers is still in jail while the other is free and also has a family. Now, whenever people ask him about his brothers and the serious things that they've committed, he becomes very defensive.
He got framed for something he didn't do.
What is it? What did he get framed for?
I'd rather not talk about it. He was sent an inappropriate picture of a young person by that person's parent to get him in trouble.
So CP?
By a parent, yes.
And you have 3 devices seized currently.
Yes, but the Xbox has nothing on it, nothing of interest.
Do the other 2?
I mean, only 2 brothers have been in prison. One currently still, one out and living a good life.
And one's gonna go in. What was the other one in there for, Jupiter?
Exactly what I told you about. He got framed for circulating.
But you said there were 2 brothers in jail. Was the other one in there for the same stuff?
Let's just say he won. Okay?
He won?
He won. I'm not going to say the full word.
He F'd one? What did he mean he F'd one? He F'd one what?
But he's also been seen talking about his brother Shane in a disappointing manner. In a video that he posted on his channel, he said that when his brother Shane turned out like this, his family's anger diverted to him. He further says that he fails to understand why his brother did whatever he did and thinks that he has kind of betrayed his family. He mainly talks in subtle ways whenever he mentions his brothers. He hesitates to speak of their crimes out loud, as we've seen in the above interview. There's one thing worth mentioning here. In almost all interviews that Jupiter gave to clear his name, including his interactions with Linda, there is a clear-cut pattern. As long as the conversation is going his way, he will agree to anything. He's never denied being a He in fact accepted that he has done wrong, but he is a changed person now.
I was wrongfully hurting kids that I shouldn't have. Yes, I was and I've changed that now, and I'm changed.
His motive to give all these interviews and apologize was just to clear his name. He continuously says that he is a harmless person now and has changed his ways. But we all know that people like Corbin do not function like this, and the minute he realizes that people are not buying his nonsense, he becomes reserved, defensive, and pretty aggressive.
I'll be the demon at night that waits for you to go to bed before it's your throat.
Well, it seems like he is very obsessed with slitting throats, burying bodies, and shooting guns. It's confusing whether we should all laugh at him or feel concerned for him. In his video, by the way, he claims to be possessed by a demon who is making all these violent threats. So no need to worry, viewers, it's not Jupiter threatening people, it's a demon residing in his body. Speaking of threats, Linda Binda, another star of this entire saga, has also received a fair share of them. It took a while for Jupiter to realize what Linda was up to. He was recklessly giving her information about his childhood, his interactions with women online, his darkest fantasies, and his pretty wild delusions. Linda, of course, was posting everything he said on the internet. Their conversations went on for months before Jupiter realized what he had gotten himself into, and then the violent threats started, as they always do.
So think twice before angering someone who has friends in high places. I have some good friends in pretty high places. I'm done being your victim. So you honestly think I give it? What happens to you after this? It's over. You've lost. Give up your cronies, whoever might be still out there working for Anonymous like you. Give up your cronies. And if you try to make a power play or make a move to restart the group, Homeland Security agents are posted outside your residence, ready to put you down. This isn't a threat.
He posted a series of videos threatening Linda, all of the same nature. He believed that Linda was working for Anonymous. He mentioned that he has contacts in Homeland Security and their agents are waiting outside Linda's home to shoot her. He issued very, very graphic threats to Linda. While everything he says about knowing people in Homeland Security is somewhat funny, the extent of the violence Jupiter showcased here is not at all cool. While decoding Jupiter's childhood, we discovered that he was prone to making violent threats to his sisters as well. But oftentimes he's also acted on those threats. His sister clearly mentioned that he attempted to drown her and strangle her. So this violent streak in Corbin's personality should not be taken lightly, as he's capable of acting on his threats. We don't know for sure where he is after the last interview he gave to Smoke. He kind of disappeared. Right after that interview, Jupiter stopped posting. But we know a few crucial things from that interview. It was posted in March of this year, and Jupiter revealed in this interview that his original Xbox was confiscated, but he has another Xbox that he's currently using.
Online on Xbox Live, I play with these boys, and their names are Dodo, Prided, Bam, and a bunch of other guys that I play with. They are all friends that I've made online. They're all friends of mine that we play Sea of Thieves together and whatnot. That's what we do, because we're friends. Friends online, we hang out. Sure, they might be a little young, but we're still friends online because we...
So he could be using any username and talking to your children right now as we speak. One other thing we found out from that interview is that he's dating a minor at that time. He made various claims that he had changed, but his relationship status on Facebook told another story.
What is this?
Objection!
Hold up. I think that there's still more. Let's just...
Who is
this is your girlfriend? She's born.
Yes.
So this is your girlfriend?
Yes, in the UK, she actually, in the UK, 16 is actually considered adulthood. Did you not know that? Yeah, in the UK, she's considered an adult.
This is your current girlfriend, though, like as of right now?
Yes, actually.
No, we're just curious, man. We're just curious. How long
Where did
Where
did you guys find this video?
The girl he said he was in a relationship with was merely 16 at that time. When he was asked about it, he became defensive and blamed the girl for contacting him. Strangely, right after this interview, his relationship status on Facebook was also deleted.
She was the one who did so. She was the one who contacted.
So then it's your job as an adult to block her or close the conversation.
But you're currently married to a 16-year-old.
Not even. She's 15, Kiwi.
Here is another unsettling clip that you should watch.
When my brother Shane gets out of prison, him and I will be moving out of state. I will be leaving Idaho forever and not coming back. And I will be reconciling with my brother. He needs to know that I still love him and care for him. So, yeah.
I want everyone to know that my apology video is on my page, along with everything else that's been there. And
listen. People are saying you make apologies video, but you still doing same thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying my hardest to try and find. I'm playing along with them until I can find a way out of it.
Are you English?
I speak English. Yeah, I'm an Englishman. Or should I say I'm an American.
I speak Bosnian.
Town we learn about United States Kingdom.
We're not a kingdom per se. We're a democracy. But our presidency is all fucked. I'm just saying, our presidency is fucked up. Along with everybody else, we kind of, the U.S. of A. is just a bunch of nuts with guns. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of nuts with guns. Sorry if that seemed a little unpatriotic, but that's how I saw us. As just a bunch of nuts with guns who are just dying to kill each other just to do some stupid shit. I know, we're just a bunch of idiots with guns running around just looking to blast each other left and right with just put a bullet in someone's head and you call it good. But here in the States, you put a bullet in someone's head and then put bullets all around their bodies to make sure they're dead.
What is on your face?
Oh, my roommate did that to me.
Yeah.
He scratched and beat me up pretty bad, but these are battle scars. This is what we call battle scars.
He's talking to a literal child here, not a decoy. The way he talks about politics and bullets and uses curse words with a kid is very concerning. People were going mad in the comments section as they were deeply concerned about the child's safety. Police, however, did not turn a complete blind eye to his actions and issued a public service message to warn parents of minors in particular. This message was posted in July 2023, but Corbin was active on social media after that through various channels and gave many interviews as we discussed earlier.
Earlier this month, on July 7th, Nampa Police Department conducted a search warrant at Jupiter's residency under the suspicion of internet crimes against children. Jupiter's communication devices were seized and searched, as well as his social media accounts. He was then evicted from his residence by the landlords and forced to live with his father. Knowing that his family has a history of and a known don't ask, don't tell rule, I don't know if he's in good hands. I sincerely hope that his local police department is taking this as seriously as they can and not sweeping this under the rug.
So now we know that his devices were confiscated and he was removed from the facility where he was living and went to live with his father. He probably did not have any access to Wi-Fi for a while and disappeared, but only to reappear a few months later. But as of now, he is MIA, and we hope that the next time we hear about him, he is confined to a group home or a prison cell. To conclude this video, we'll say that Jupiter is a violent, messed up individual who should not be using the internet. He is particularly dangerous for minors as they're more vulnerable on the internet and can be easily by individuals like Jupiter. He comes from a very messed up, complex background that makes him delusional, violent, and creepy to another level. His sister herself admitted that he is not to be trusted with children at all. His violent nature and dissociative behavior clearly indicate that he needs serious psychological help. It's possible that he's suffering from complex mental conditions where he resorts to violence every time he's pushed to a limit. And we can't ignore the delusional nonsense he says about being a demon and vampire werewolf hybrid. This can be some kind of a dissociative response where he completely ignores reality and becomes a mythical creature, an intelligent hacker, or an influential person with contacts in Homeland Security. But of course, there's no justification for Jupiter's behavior, and he should be held accountable for his actions. All the necessary measures should be taken by the police to ensure that Jupiter stays off the internet and does not come in close proximity with a minor ever again. Meet Paul Breach, another repulsive, utterly patronizing, and creepy TikTok personality. Looking at his cringe-worthy dance performances and revolting lip-sync videos, no one would believe that this man right here is 44 years old and also has a son. He likes to do childish things online, make silly cameos, and behave like a complete idiot. While these traits of Paul's personality are pretty disturbing and unsettling, his pedophilic behavior is the main reason the internet dislikes him. On multiple occasions, he had intentionally started conversations during live streams, knowing full well that children were watching his streams. He also has a habit of liking pictures of extremely young girls on Instagram and later giving dumb excuses like, "I liked the picture because the girl was a cancer survivor." Whatever we've heard about Paul so far makes it clear that this guy is bad news in bold letters. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into his story and discover some of the creepiest things he has done throughout his TikTok career. Let's get started. Who is Paul Breach? So Paul is a British man who was born on January 31st, 1980. He's almost 44 years old, but does not act like it. His entire internet persona is based on his childish behavior where he dresses up as a teenager, dances incoherently to music, and acts pretty messed up. Watch this video, for instance, which he uploaded to his TikTok merely a few days ago. So that is the kind of content he usually pushes out, aside from doing live streams and saying messed up things. We don't know exactly when he started on social media, but he created an account on TikTok named Beauty Beyond the Eye sometime in 2018. This account was also initially named Snapshot Eye. The primary purpose of this account was to show off Paul's photography skills, but unfortunately, it turned into a meme hub merely a few years later. This account that we're talking about currently has over 946,000 followers, with multiple videos garnering over 1 million views. If you go to his TikTok account and search through his oldest videos, you'll be surprised to know that most of them have millions of views.
I put some new shoes on and everybody's smiling and let's sing so right along. Shut up, not in a long time.
This clock is easy. What a good feeling. I need a big boy. I want a big boy. Give me a big boy. Everything sucks. Just kidding. Everything is great. No, really, I haven't thought about my ex today. Oh, wait.
So why is he getting so much attention? If you opened TikTok 2 years ago, we are certain you would have stumbled on 1 or 2 utterly cringy videos of Paul Breach. He was on everyone's For You page. His content is neither interesting nor alarming. So how did he manage to get so much attention? Well, the reason is this video. Yes, this video. For some reason, this terrible rendition of George Ezra's Green Green Grass, which is a good song by the way, went crazily viral. Whether it was Paul's undeniably creepy way of dancing or some glitch in the system, the video turned into a meme overnight. It got so much attention that people started associating this song with Paul's face.
Girls are on the cover, on the cover, on the cover. God, be safe, be shining guys. The
comment by a Reddit user, "I cannot listen to that song without thinking of his creepy red face. Why is it featured in every single TikTok edit of him?" perfectly sums up the situation. Even though he is widely known for this incident, there's another lesser-known video of Paul that also went viral in 2021. In this video, he could be seen singing a horrible song about Jack Grealish. For those who don't know who Jack Grealish is, he's a well-known English footballer with whom everyone was pretty much obsessed during the Euros. But nobody was ready for Paul's bizarre musical tribute to him. Watch the video to know what we're talking about.
Do you remember? Before the Euros, there was a footballer that nobody knows. Now it's the World Cup. And he scores his goal. His name was Jack Grealish. His name was Jack Grealish. And you're like, he's my bubba. Oh, he's my boo-boo-boo-boo. Oh, he's my bubba. He's my boo-boo-boo-boo. Come on, England.
This video, combined with the green grass video, contributed to Paul's online fame. He became insanely famous on TikTok. Even people who had no clue about the original drama found themselves wondering, who is this guy? And why is he all over my feed? His unexpected rise to internet stardom became one of the most bizarre moments that only social media could create. But Paul didn't stop there. Determined to keep his newfound fame alive, he leaned into the chaos and started posting even more bizarre content. His feed quickly filled with hilariously cringeworthy lip syncs, awkward dance routines, and over-the-top antics that were as absurd as they were creepy. Whether people loved it or hated it, they couldn't look away. Paul's strategy was simple: keep being unforgettably weird, and it worked.
Give me one margarita, I'm an open bag. Give me 8 margaritas, I'ma give you some eggs. Give me 3 margaritas, I'ma put it in my puss. Give me 4 margaritas, I'ma put it in my tush. Give me 5 margaritas, I'ma get some plug. Give me 5 margaritas on binge. The weird, I cannot explain. The thing I do for you, screw you know it's true. Stay with me, you're my, I'll be all you need.
While these videos look pretty harmless, they are somewhat concerning, given the fact that this man acting like a teenager is 44 years old. In almost all of his videos, he's dressed up in boyish clothes and acts very, very fake. To gain further from his popularity, Paul also decided to do cameos. It's somewhat of an internet trend where people often contact these Lolcow-type personalities, asking them to wish their friends happy birthday or send them messages. It's usually done as a joke or to mess around with people. There's a page on Cameo dedicated to Paul where it's clearly written that anybody can contact Paul to get a one-of-a-kind, customized video message, and this guy charged £27 per video. Here's a cameo that he did for a fan for £25. It's established that people on the internet are crazy. They're paying this guy to repeat other people's songs, wish their friend happy birthday, and act like a lunatic. They are literally spending their money to watch him do these weird things. It's unbelievable.
Here we go. Green grass, blue sky. Better throw a party on the day that I hope you joined in that rendition. Nobody's ever heard it. It's just a unique surprise to you and maybe the rest of the universe.
The videos Paul posted on his TikTok were mainly cringe-worthy dance performances. But the true material against him came mainly from his live streams, where he acted very unhinged. He had a habit of constantly making weird noises and talking like he was still in school. It's all very repulsive to watch.
Or if you're on the interweb, hot chocky wocky. Hot chocky wocky. So, gotta work. Gotta work. Look at the colours of the rainbow. Look at the colours of the rainbow. What the f*** is that? Okay, like I've been painting fences. Katie Louis home. Gotta book. Bada bang. It's the way the world works. Hi guys. forgot what I was doing.
This one live stream where his comments are off, but he's still pretending to answer questions is golden.
And my Snapchat, so you get all 3 for the price of 1. Somehow. Just gotta do that. Quince, I think I follow you on 2 counts, which means all my days. Queen, Lily, hi. Which means, because we follow each other through 2 accounts, don't we? 2. Hey, my days. Katie, hi. What's the word gonna say there? There we go. I'm good, Taylor. My hand would fuck off. I'm even better. Amy, you...
Here's another one where he's once again making weird noises while vibing to his favorite song. Have you ever seen a grown man acting like this? There is something seriously wrong with this individual. He's either delusional to the point where he actually believes he's a teenager, or doing these things deliberately to gain clout. At some point, he also used to pretend he had a girlfriend in his house. He would constantly pretend to talk to this imaginary girl and behave as if he had received messages from her.
Will you behave? No, don't shave it off. Will you behave yourself, babe? You know I'm going to be cautious. You know that, honey. You know it. So...
During one particular live stream where a person commented that there had been a plane crash in Tanzania, this is how Paul reacted.
Oh, there's a plane crash in Tanzania. God, blimey. Into the lake.
Not only that, Paul also had pretty severe gastric problems, as he was not able to control his farts even during live streams.
Who's Rage? Who?
At this point, Paul's content was just cringe, but it'll soon turn extremely creepy and unsettling. As Paul started gaining followers, he also started attracting a lot of trolls to his account. While his account appeared pretty harmless, people knew there was something suspicious and off-putting about this individual. When they started digging, they found his Facebook account. And on this account, they found numerous photos and posts featuring a young-looking girl who was allegedly pregnant with Paul's baby. A TikTok account named AbsoluteMelt22 posted a series of screenshots from Paul's original Facebook account. In these screenshots, an extremely young girl was featured alongside Paul, who was 28 years old for the record. People immediately began speculating about the age of this girl. Interestingly, they stumbled upon her birth date, which was November 1990. So this girl was no more than 17 when these pictures were taken, and she looked clearly pregnant in these images. The fact that they could be together even when she was younger than 16 makes this whole situation even more bizarre. What is troubling in this whole situation is the fact that Paul, aside from being a predator, could also be a groomer. Many people believe that he was in a relationship with this girl even when she was a minor by law. Now, before you jump up with disgust thinking why this creep is not in prison for impregnating a 17-year-old kid, hold on a second. The UK law states that it's completely all right to date and have consensual sex with a 16-year-old individual. In the UK, a 16-year-old girl is seen as an adult. Even in the US, the age of consent in most states is still 16. While Paul did nothing wrong legally, nobody can deny that being interested in a 16-year-old girl when he was almost 30 was still creepy. It was morally wrong and concerning on so many levels. In fact, when Paul was asked about it by another YouTuber, he shamelessly accepted that the girl was not 16 but 17, like it makes any difference. As of now, there's no hard-backed evidence to prove these allegations. Even if there was evidence, nobody could do anything to Paul besides thinking he was a disgusting creep, as there is nothing legally wrong in what he did. Next, people stumbled upon various other things that made it certain that Paul was interested in minors. For instance, Paul was caught liking pictures of a young girl in a bikini. A 44-year-old man liking pictures of a 15-year-old girl is definitely unnerving. What was he doing stalking her account? And why did he specifically like pictures that were in the bikini? This rings huge alarm bells. People confronted Paul on this situation as they were already pretty disgusted with him, and he conveniently lied, saying something very unbelievable. According to Paul, he liked the pictures of that girl because she was a cancer survivor, and also added that he will continue to like her pictures to support her.
Your pictures. I will also say the ladies' pictures that I've liked, like I said this morning, she suffered with cancer when she was growing up. So I will like her prom pictures because she survived to be a prom. I will like the other pictures because she was confident at posting, even though she's recovered and was recovering from cancer. The other lady's picture, guess what? She suffers a long-term health issue where she has to go to hospital. Every 3 months, 6 months or whatever it is, bless her. And I've done lives with her. So I like her photos too. Who the f*** would have thought? Padock. I'll keep doing it.
So in Paul's opinion, it's important to like bikini-clad pictures of a minor in order to support them as a cancer survivor. It makes zero sense. Not only that, his following on Instagram account is also pretty disturbing. Currently, he has over 92,000 followers on Instagram, and if you open his following tab, you'll mostly find scantily clothed young girls. 90% of the people he follows on Instagram are teenagers or women no older than 20. Someone also confronted him on Instagram asking why he was liking pictures of young girls, but he again dodged the question. According to him, he did not pay heed to these allegations because he did not want to spread negativity. Here are some screenshots of the conversation between this individual and Paul. In these screenshots, it's clear that Paul was the one who initiated contact with this individual. Yet almost immediately, he turned the tables and shifted the blame, claiming she was the one who approached him. This behavior isn't an isolated incident, it's a pattern. Paul has reportedly done this with numerous other girls. He often starts the conversation himself, interacts with them, and then twists the narrative, insisting that they were the ones who messaged him first. What's worse is his apparent belief that he has the right to message anyone who follows him, regardless of whether they welcome the interaction. This sense of entitlement has left many feeling uncomfortable, but Paul doesn't seem to care. Adding to the controversy are accusations about his behavior during live streams. Many have pointed out that Paul seems to interact exclusively with women in his live sessions, blatantly ignoring male viewers or anyone not fitting his preferred audience. When confronted about this bias, Paul's response was dismissive, dripping with sarcasm, and quite demeaning.
Why do you only talk to girls in the comments? Because it's only the girls that are commenting, and if it's a comment from a guy, I say hi. I don't know. Maybe because I'm dating them all and we're having babies. Only to the ones I'm married to, which is all of them.
On multiple occasions, he has DM'd girls during live streams, picked out young girls from his following and messaged them, and even sent voice notes to young women. During one live stream, he even reiterated how he stopped the live stream to communicate with a young girl he spotted in the comments. He basically stopped the live stream mid-session to call and talk to this girl. In his own words, he wants to meet new people on Instagram and talk to them. However, he does not clarify why the people he wants to socialize with are always extremely young girls.
I said that I'd phone someone on Instagram, so I left to phone someone on Instagram. Just have a little conversation with her, bless her. So, because I like it. Because that's what I get to do on the internet. I get to pop off for 2 seconds, speak to somebody I've never spoken to, and, well, kiss me, Kirsty. Hello, Kirsty, how are you?
He also had a habit of often inviting young women to join his live chats. He once posted a video on his TikTok asking his followers to send him naked feet pictures, saying that he would repost the best one. This is not the only time he has shown an overt obsession with feet. Earlier in his TikTok career, he had posted numerous dancing feet videos that were just very uncomfortable to watch. It's widely known that Paul mainly followed young girls on social media. So when he asked his followers to send him pictures of their bare feet, it didn't sit well with many people. The request was made with immediate backlash, as most people couldn't imagine how such a bizarre demand could come from a place of innocent intentions. After all, who in their right mind would ask for feet pictures and expect this demand to be taken lightly? When confronted with the controversy, Paul attempted to brush off the allegations. He insisted that there was nothing inappropriate about his request, and claimed that those who accused him of having ulterior motives were simply projecting their own dirty minds. According to him, the entire thing was just a playful and cool game meant for fun, not something to be taken so seriously.
With your pet, you're at your happiest moment. You try and get some confidence in putting your photo out there and going, hi, this is me. Bit of fan interaction, follower interaction, as you will, friend interaction. So when I did that game and said, show me a picture of your feet, whether wearing slippers, socks, horrible, naked feet, send it to me. Or with a funny face, or do this, or your hand. People then take that as being very sexual and anything else, because that seems to be what is in their mind all of the time. I'm so sorry that's how you think, and that anything that somebody does or fun is for sexual reasons. I can't help that that's the way your brain works. My brain works as in that was a cool game. I like to interact with people who spend time wanting to get to know me. So that's why I do that game. And I will do that game again, because it's a way for you to become confident. You see me, I'm the one who's talking to you all the time. It's time to get to know you. And the way I can get to know you is if I see your face, pulling a funny face, or with your boyfriends, or with your girlfriends, smiling, being happy. I do apologise that some of you don't seem to get that. And maybe I didn't make that clear, where in your own world, if you have to...
If that is not enough, Paul has also been accused of instigating sexual conversations during his live streams. These conversations are often completely unnecessary and disturbing, given the fact that most of his audience is underage.
And we were in her house. We were in her bedroom. And she wished me to go down there, so I obliged. But as I headed down there, the overriding, vile, disgusting smell that walked into my face at the time made me think of my life choices, and I have never panicked so much in my life. It was disgusting. It was vile, and I literally didn't do anything. Quickly got dressed, walked out the house and caught the bus home. It was the most vilest smell. Oh, it was horrendous. It was disgusting. Obviously she had something, but no, I don't even remember what her name was. No. But I'm the guy that doesn't do one-night stands. So if you find that person, the real person who's come have a real conversation with me, or had a one-night stand with, good luck with that one, because I'm a relationship guy.
In one of his TikTok videos, Paul also narrated an incident where he was once catfished by a 19-year-old girl. So a girl merely 19 years old once commented on his Instagram Live, telling him to check his DMs. He checked his DMs, interacted with the girl, and invited her for geocaching. For those who don't know what geocaching is, it's a dull and boring recreational activity where you go to the mountains and locations like that to look for hidden containers called caches. However, when Paul went to meet the girl, he instead found a guy along with her who threw something at his face and ran away. Paul was very upset at this incident and even threatened to report the involved individuals to the police. He uploaded this video hoping to get sympathy, but people got furious with him for trying to meet up with a 19-year-old girl in the first place.
It's ridiculous. It's bullshit. Alright? Yes, for the first time today, somebody decided to get out of the car. No, in fact, a lady who's on my Instagram, who actually, because I've got the messages, love, haven't I? You did say, look at your DMs when we're on a live Instagram chat, didn't you? So I did. And you said, oh, let's go and meet for some geocaching, because I was geocaching at the time. Oh yes, that's what you said. Then, where can you meet me? Oh, there's a church in that village, we'll meet there, because that's what there is in that village. Turns out, you want to meet me so your mate can go over there and try and record me and say I'm talking to, 16-year-old girls, which I'm not. And then when I say, oh, well, let's go to the police and talk about it, you don't seem to want to do that. Then you throw some at me, and then you run off. You run off. Come on then, when you get to your car. Come on then. When you get to your car, sir. Wow, you are big, you are clever. Thank you. And the other one, the lady, you have a child. You're a mother. Fucking hell. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh, and sir, thank you for letting me see your registration number. Thank you. That was very nice of you. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, ridiculous stuff. So, wow. You have some fun on here, don't you? It's very bizarre behaviour. Yeah, if I punched you, I'd be in trouble. But I couldn't punch you because you ran off to your car, didn't you? You ran off to your car going, yeah, come on then, mate. Seriously. What's up, man? This app is completely up. People, completely up. Man. Yeah, you won't see me on live chats anymore, bored of shit. That's weird behaviour. Weird mental behaviour. And then lots of people are like, hey, well done, well done. Yeah, weird. Weird, strange behaviour. From a lot of you. Craziness. Well, proud of you.
The boy also filmed Paul and uploaded the video of their interaction to the internet sometime later. It turned out the guy actually threw Billy Bear Ham at Paul. Interestingly, people widely believe that Paul and Billy Bear Ham look strikingly similar. Someone once even posted a picture of Paul pasting on a slice of Billy Bear Ham to Reddit, and we agree that the similarity is uncanny.
Oi, why do you fuck 16-year-old girls? What? Why do you fuck 16-year-old girls? 16. Huh? Who's 16? Why are you filming this? You go talk to the police. You go to the police. No, you do this on the channel. Go away. What then? What then? Talk to me then.
Sometime after this incident, while talking to another content creator, Paul discussed in detail how this girl approached him for geocaching.
But that brings me on to the point of when you met up with one of these to go geocaching, was it? Geocaching?
Geocaching.
And they threw a Billy Bear Ham at your face?
As long as you give me the 2 seconds to speak about that.
Yeah.
So, question. All right, she was 19. Paul, why are you going geocaching with a 19? Well, because it's geocaching. It's a walk in the countryside, finding something, move on to the next thing. It's not uber exciting. But if the person pops into Instagram live chats for months, integrating herself with people who are on a live chat, talking about families and doing that, in the live chat saying, oh, let's meet up for a geocache, I've sent you a message, and then I read the message and go, okay, let's go and do.
His explanation sounds problematic, as it gives us a clear insight into his feelings about his followers. He closely observes the comments on his live streams, spots young and vulnerable individuals, and tries to contact them directly. While it's no crime to talk to your followers, but given the record of Paul, as we all know how he got a teenager pregnant and possibly groomed her, we cannot trust him around teens and vulnerable individuals. This behavior would still have been acceptable if he was 25 or 30 years old. The fact that he is 44 years old and showing interest in girls almost 20 years younger than him is problematic. Why can't he go geocaching with a woman his own age? In fact, in one video, he even said that he won't ever date a 43-year-old woman. This guy also happens to have a son, and nobody has ever seen Paul mention him or try to meet him. A lot of people believe he does not see his son at all, or simply does not bother with him. To add to the mounds of dirt against Paul, a few voice notes also started surfacing online that clearly presented Paul in an extremely bad light.
Very important question. What is your favourite colour balloon? I know, deep. And what are your thoughts on like walking, exploring, adventuring, the great outdoors?
In this particular voice note, Paul can be heard suggesting to a girl that they meet up for geocaching. It's unclear whether he's addressing the same girl who allegedly catfished him or someone else entirely. However, the key takeaway here is that Paul was the one who initiated the idea of meeting up, something he has repeatedly denied in the past. Despite this evidence, Paul has often tried to shift the blame for the catfishing incident onto the girl, claiming that she was the one who suggested the meetup. This voice note directly contradicts that narrative, exposing yet another inconsistency in his version of events. Next, another leaked voice note surfaced on the internet that Paul sent to a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah, I'm okay. Social media can just be a disgusting place sometimes. And I'm living a stalked lifestyle at the moment, which I can tell you is not fun.
Now you may wonder, what is wrong with this note? Well, while Paul said nothing wrong and suggestive in this particular voice note, he slid into this teenager's DM uninvited, which makes the situation concerning. The girl never personally contacted Paul. She most likely commented on his live stream, and considering how Paul is, he contacted her directly through DM, which is unethical. The only defense that Paul presented against these allegations time and again was that he was doing nothing illegal. The majority of the girls he interacted with on social media were above the legal age of consent. However, the fact that he got someone pregnant at the very young age of 17 was still bugging people. People often messaged him asking why he was in a relationship with a 16-year-old girl. They would also often comment on his live streams teasing him about the situation. Every time he was confronted with this information, he neither denied nor accepted it. Instead, he responded in extremely bizarre and non-serious ways. At one point, someone messaged him asking about the allegations, and he clearly mentioned that he was in love with his baby's mother and remained in a relationship with her for years. To prove Paul's predatory instincts, a girl 15 years of age also came forward through a TikTok account named @BoozieAmaniac. It's important to mention that this TikTok account was quite active in spreading awareness about Paul's weird pedophilic behavior. The girl operating this account was also pretty active on the subreddit dedicated to discussing Paul's antics. So a minor girl reached out to this TikToker and shared some screenshots showcasing Paul's messages to her. This girl was reportedly suffering from an ovarian disease, and Paul sent her a motivational message, hoping to slide into her DM. The girl, however, did not respond to Paul and decided to make these messages public.
I said I was taking a break last night and I was going to, and then I got this message and it knocked me sick. Essentially, a minor has contacted me to let me know that Paul was messaging them because they were sick, and this is the second time we have seen him do something similar. Allegedly, he was also messaging a girl who had cancer and liking their photos. Obviously, I have made the screenshots so you cannot tell who they are because they are a minor. Pause to read. I then went and did a bit of due diligence before responding to the messages to make sure I wasn't being had and the post is legit. You can tell she's a child in the post because she mentions school. Pause to read. Obviously this kid's got a good head on her shoulders because she blocked him straight away and knew not to respond. She also then went and checked her archive on her story and had posted photos of herself in her school uniform that day that Paul had viewed, so he knew she was a child. How anyone can keep excusing this bloke is beyond me. Paul, if you're watching, even if it's a nice message, it is not okay to message minors on Instagram. Stop it.
It's unnerving because Paul never ever sent motivational messages to an adult woman. It's always the young girls he wants to message and go geocaching with. He received quite a backlash when these screenshots went viral, because now people had proof that Paul also innocently messaged minor girls aside from reaching out to girls of legal age. Someone also once ordered a cameo of Paul for a 15-year-old girl, and this is what Paul said in a cameo.
Dolly. Hello, love. Hello, duck. Hello, babe. Hello, honey. Hello, sweetie. Hello, cupcake. Hello, my little delectable princess. Hello, my queen. Hello, my bubs. Hello, my boo-boo-boo. Hello, my little rhododendron. This is basically a birthday shout-out from Holly via me and my words. You are incredible. Never stop being incredible, babe, and incredible babs, and incredible you. Never stop being so sweet and incredibly fantastic. Never stop smiling and living life. You're cool. You're beautiful. You're amazing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dolly. Happy birthday to you, Babs, sweetie, cupcake. My little woo-woo-woo, my little boo-boo-boo. My little tiny devil. Stay amazing and never stop. Again, a message from Holly to me, to you, love. You're incredible, Doc.
It is cringe and disturbing. Why would a sane grown adult call a 15-year-old girl cupcake, babe, and honey? It's pathetic and very uncomfortable to watch. At one point, Paul also doxed a woman for posting an awareness message regarding him. So a Facebook user named Nikki Hughes made a post on September 7th, 2022, warning parents of young individuals about Paul's antics. Fortunately, this message started circulating all around Norwich. However, this public service message did not sit well with Paul. He allegedly contacted the workplace of this woman via email and said that she was trying to spread malicious rumors about him, and also dubbed her statements slanderous and abhorrent. This woman took to Reddit to share the screenshot of this email, and people were amazed at Paul's audacity. Interestingly, before blowing up on social media, Paul also used to work at a care home. In his own disgusting words, he used to put fingers in the mouths of the residents. Not only that, he also called a 101-year-old patient lush for some reason.
Try and put, when someone is having a hypo, try and put your fingers on my mouth who can't hear you, to rub, like, Lucozade and stuff mixed into their gums, and having them wake up while you're trying to, never mind, trying to explain that bad boy while the nurse is around and everybody's around trying to hi guys. Bless her, she was lush. 101 she passed away.
But hold on, because it gets even more weird. On another occasion, he shared with his followers how he used to kiss residents in the care home on the cheeks and give them hugs. While Paul shared this information hoping to get appreciation, he received tremendous backlash. Like minors and young teenagers, the residents in the care home are also quite vulnerable, and most of them are unable to give consent.
A resident a hug. I will give a side cheek kiss on the top of the head because I am an affectionate carer. So I am an affectionate carer. That's me. Side cheek, hug, people, treat them like human beings. Welcome to me. I advise you, give your residents a cheek kiss on the forehead. Like that. Cheek, face, do that. So I will hold a resident's hand. I will hug a resident. And I will side kiss a resident if they need that love and support. I will do that. I will always do that. I have always done that. For those that say it's unprofessional, it's not. Enjoy. Enjoy how you do things, and I will enjoy the people who I know who care for people in a loving, tender way. So for all those that continuously come at me for that, I will always side kiss on the forehead of somebody who needs that love and attention at that moment. In a professional way. Give a resident a hug. I will give a side...
Paul boasted about kissing a vulnerable elderly without taking their permission is disgusting. When people got infuriated at this information, he got all defensive. During a live stream, he mentioned how he was once hired twice at a care home and even got promoted, despite the management knowing he kissed and hugged the residents. His argument was simple. Kissing and hugging sick and vulnerable individuals is completely all right and makes him a kinder person.
Warning, you might not like or you might disagree with what I say in this latest video. I love care. I've been a carer for a very long time. Until now, where I do social media, but when I eventually go back to being a carer, it's my passion, it's what I enjoy thoroughly doing. Though I believe that to be a fantastic carer, you have to show empathy. You have to show respect, you have to show dignity, right choice and all the stuff like that. But you also have to treat that person like a family member. Treat them like a human being. Not like somebody who's been dumped in a care home or been placed in a care home or has to be in a care home because there's nowhere else for that person to go. So I will hold a resident's hand. I will hug a resident. And I will side kiss a resident if they need that love and support. I will do that. I will always do that. I have always done that. For those that say it's unprofessional, it's not. Enjoy. Enjoy how you do things, and I will enjoy the people who I know who care for people in a loving, tender way. The carers that looked after my mum showed her love and affection, like she was.
Now, after all the backlash he received on the internet, he decided to make some rules for his social media followers. He said that if people, specifically girls, wanted to talk to him, they must put their age in their bios, and they must also follow him in order to talk to him on Instagram Lives. Despite making these phony rules, he added and talked to young girls during live streams countless times. So we can say that everything about this guy is just a facade. Throughout his TikTok career, he also collaborated with countless questionable individuals. His very first collaboration was with an OnlyFans model, Astrid. Later, Paul got in contact with another OnlyFans model, and their interactions took an extremely nasty turn. So this girl's name was Grace, and she was 19 when she met up with Paul. Reportedly, Paul offered to do a photo shoot for Grace, and we can all figure out what kind of photo shoot this could be, given Grace's profession and Paul's history. However, after this photo shoot, Grace accused Paul of various things. According to her, throughout their interaction, Paul was very suggestive and inappropriate. In Grace's own words, Paul tried to inappropriately touch her and passed various nasty remarks. She also admitted sometime later that Paul allegedly also had sex with her. Grace also revealed a few call recordings that clearly suggested that they were planning to have some kind of sexual interaction.
I've got nothing to hide.
So I don't think I can post that without Paul's permission. But Paul, if you're watching this and you give me permission, because you've got nothing to hide, I can post them, right? Because you've got nothing to hide. Basically, I know everything on the internet is like utter crap, but I just need to be like completely certain about this. Like, there's a girl obviously accusing you of giving her an STD, which is probably completely untrue. But wait, just wait. No. Can I just finish what I'm saying first? Do I need to be concerned at all?
Grace, I've slept with 3 people in the last 15, 16 years. The last person I slept with was the person I was in a relationship twice last year.
So I don't need to be worried.
You don't have to worry in the slightest.
Okay, good. Just because.
In another voice recording, Grace can be heard telling Paul that she suffers from mental health issues and also has a care coordinator. The troubling thing about this recording is the fact that Paul did not try to back out from their arrangement even after learning this information. Imagine this, you're doing a photo shoot for an autistic girl almost 25 years younger than you in a hotel room. This does not sound right at all for Paul. This controversy did not go well for Grace as well, as many people believed she set the whole thing up herself. However, Paul, being a middle-aged guy, should have been more responsible here. When he was confronted on this matter, he blatantly said that he was not ashamed of doing a photo shoot with Grace.
I'm not ashamed of taking those photos. They were really nice photos. The only photos I took. Outside.
Paul's erratic behavior and damaged reputation likely took a toll on his family as well. Reports suggest that he used to live with his stepfather and stepbrother, but they allegedly asked him to move out due to the controversies surrounding him. Despite this, Paul reportedly tried to maintain the illusion that he wasn't homeless, claiming instead that he was camping in the wilderness. For several months, he was frequently seen in a tent during his live streams.
Why am I in a tent? Because I'm wild camping. I'm adventurizing. Grown man, by the way. Thank you for checking. Did you see me in the shower? If it was cold water, please understand.
He was also spotted wandering the streets aimlessly on numerous occasions.
She said, green, green grass.
Guys, we're on our way to go see Paul Breach. The pedal. This is so exciting. Oh, I think he's talking to someone. Y'all see that over there? Yeah. Y'all see him? Yeah. Yeah.
Interestingly, almost every time someone spotted him, he was on the phone or maybe pretending to be on the phone. While Paul was busy pretending he was not homeless, a post popped up regarding Paul on a Facebook community group. And beneath this post, Paul's stepbrother commented, confirming that he had been kicked out of his home. Paul had a considerable following on TikTok and Instagram. On countless occasions, he had also boasted about how much he was earning from social media. However, when he left his home, he was practically on the streets, which made it clear that his social media earning was not that good after all. Even after all the backlash he received on a daily basis, he continued to behave like a lunatic. People were so annoyed and disgusted by his creepy antics that they began confronting him in real life as well. At one point, a few boys confronted him outside a grocery store, and their interaction was not at all nice.
With beauty beyond the eye.
That's a video.
Yeah. Say I'm a
Enjoy yourselves. Alright, you ready?
You Yo. What?
So I'm near you. We might as well both have fun, haven't we? To be honest. Go on. Don't hide your face.
What are you saying?
There you go.
Can you post me on TikTok?
No.
I swear you're a p***.
You see what you're saying? I'm loving it. Loving it, bless you. You're having fun, aren't you? Don't hide your face.
You sit on your live and talk to people that aren't there, bro.
I message you. Oh, bless you. Have fun recording. Right? Allowing this on your... Having fun?
Yeah, bro.
It's a bit strange behaviour, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
You sit on your live and pretend to talk to people that aren't there, bro.
Very strange behaviour. It's really strange behaviour, lads.
I swear. Alright, in a bit.
During the time when he was homeless, he stayed at various hotels and also crashed at other people's houses. An 18-year-old girl called Nikisha came forward sometime later, claiming that Paul had stayed at her place for a considerable amount of time. She posted a TikTok video reiterating the experiences she had with Paul. In this video, she also claimed that Paul had inappropriately touched her and made disgraceful comments about her clothes multiple times.
Paul was never inappropriate with you, but he wasn't inappropriate in other ways. Like, if you got any sort of examples or ideas?
Well, I'd say just like touching stuff. He'd come up behind me. I'd be sat on the sofa and he'd come and put his hands on like my shoulders and move them down my back, massaging me. And then he would come up to me and touch my face and my nose and be like, "No one else has touched this because this is mine," kind of thing. And then, yeah, and obviously the comments on what I was wearing and the comments about boys that I was seeing.
While Paul was banned from TikTok for a while after the Grace controversy, he has returned to the platform and is making even more cringe and bizarre videos. These days, Paul's favorite fetish is dressing up as a woman and dancing to different songs. Since his social media views are declining day by day, he is doing everything he can to chase clout. He appears as a man who wants to be relevant at all costs.
F-O-B-E, the way you feel best to me at your webs, like,
So, bear with me. I'm here to apologise. I believe that I have set unobtainable body goals to you, discerning public. It is all smoke and mirrors, to be honest. I know some of you have tried to aspire to this physique and it's not really achievable, and that is not right of me to make you think that you could achieve this build. So I apologise. It is just all not real. It's not a real thing. It's just tricks and stuff, and I'm sorry. I hope that one of you can forgive me for setting targets that you plainly can't get near. So keep believing yourselves.
As far as we know, there have not been any legal proceedings against Paul. However, he has built a solid reputation online as a creep and a pedophile. While the allegations against Paul have not been proven in a court of law, his unethical and completely unacceptable interactions with young individuals continue to fuel the widespread hate and disdain people have for him. In response to these concerns, there have been petitions circulating to have him removed from social media platforms. Advocates for these petitions argue that his online presence poses a risk. as it could potentially allow him to exploit young and vulnerable individuals in the future. These movements highlight the growing demand for stricter regulations to hold individuals accountable for harmful behavior in digital spaces, particularly when it involves the safety of minors.
And so I changed my name to I Don't Groom Children, but if you change your name to I Don't Groom Children, it makes you look like you do. So my name makes me look like I'm guilty. And so basically the name I gave myself makes me look like a...
And you're Miss Anderson? I'm gonna have to throw Jesus out the window right now. You stupid bitch. I hope you die in hell for reporting that video and making me go to jail for 6 months.
Meet Brandon Brutal, a deeply problematic figure who has created a twisted persona as an emo influencer. His tale, just like his personality, is dark and sinister. Many people believe that he's stuck in 2009 due to his outdated sense of style. Known for his painfully off-key renditions of emo songs, cringe-worthy poetry, and bizarre skits, Brandon once had a loyal following, but over time, his content devolved into a series of vile lies and outrageous claims.
If I don't stop sleeping on the floor again, I'll be testing out my patience.
Dear Diary, mood apathetic. My life is spiraling downward. I couldn't get...
This 35-year-old emo influencer has been repeatedly caught inappropriately interacting with minors. In one of his most shocking stunts, he faked his own death, leaving his followers in genuine disbelief for months, only to resurface under a new account and an even more bizarre persona.
But some people thought I faked my death, but I didn't. What happened was, after going to a mental facility and coming back home.
What we've covered so far is just the surface of a much darker and more disturbing reality. As we dig deeper into the twisted tale of Brandon Brutal, the truth becomes even more alarming and controversial. So who is Brandon Brutal? He is a 35-year-old man whose real name is Brandon Keith McKesson. He was born in 1989 in Charlotte, North Carolina. He initially became noticeable online due to his emo lifestyle, a subculture that originated in the 1980s. For those who don't know, emos had a particular sense of style back in the 1990s. They would straighten their hair, don dark, fitted clothes, and wear statement jewelry. Most of the people associated with emo culture were into hardcore emo music and introspective poetry, but this culture pretty much died out in the late 2000s. However, some people stuck with it, and the subject of this video, Brandon, is one of them. In the early 2000s, MySpace was the most popular base for the emo scene. Anyone who was associated with this subculture naturally joined MySpace. Brandon also started out his journey on this platform, but as these communities started dying out, Brandon switched to TikTok in 2020. One of his earliest accounts, Brandon Brutal 7, has 1.4 million followers. His popularity peaked in 2021 when some of his videos received millions of views. When you surf through this account, you'll find utterly bizarre but pretty harmless videos.
Guess what I just bought? Let's see. Yeah, I got a pizza. I'm gonna eat the whole thing because I got a pretty big appetite. I got fast metabolism. Yeah, I just want to make this video because
this pizza video received over 10 million views. For the better part of 2021, his content was mostly based on lip-syncing videos, poetries, and skating. People actually used to love him. While it was weird to see a man in his 30s claiming to be an emo, as we all know this culture completely disappeared in 2009, people admired him because of the nostalgic vibe he offered. He also used to post a lot of motivational stuff, making people believe that he's a misunderstood but decent guy. However, Brandon harbored a peculiar and unsettling obsession that even his most dedicated fans found hard to overlook. He was fixated on the idea of finding an emo girlfriend to settle down with, a desire he framed as his ultimate lifelong dream. On multiple occasions, he grew emotional, even breaking down in tears during live streams and videos while discussing this aspiration. Look at this video, for instance.
I want to say this video. It's how I fell back to sleep in the morning and had a dream. I was with this girl, I guess, and I loved her and everything. And I was like holding her like really close, and it was really nice. And I was looking at her face, and I'm entering that it was just a dream, and that she would be gone when I woke up. And I did wake up. She is gone. I don't know. Like, I was just holding her close in my dream. I just knew it was a dream that it wouldn't last.
He was pretty touchy about finding an emo girlfriend. He was obsessed with this wish so much that he even raged out at one point, infuriated that there were not any decent emo girls around. Even at the peak of his TikTok era, there were some unsettling videos that people could not comprehend. He repeatedly talked about only dating underage people, giving unnecessary clarifications that he is not into minors at all.
I have to say this again, because people in my town don't understand. I'm only friends with people who are about, 18 and up, and I only date women who are 21 and up, basically. 20 maybe, but 21 and up.
But since he already had a very weird online persona, viewers did not pay much heed to these videos. This one video in particular, where he talks about dating individuals who are only over 18 and 21, is very sketchy. Why would an adult feel the need to clarify that he only dates and makes acquaintances with overage people? Is it not an obvious thing? Well, as we further delve into the darker side of his personality, a lot of these nervous discourses will start making sense. Here's another video of him stating that if someone wants to be his friend, they need to be 18 or up.
You want to be my friend, you have to be 18 and up. You want to date me, you have to be 21 and up. Why?
Sometime later, he also made another TikTok account with bios stating, "Alternative goth emo content. Minors do not inbox me." Any rational person at this point might wonder why he is so adamant about emphasizing that he doesn't associate with minors. The answer to this question will become disturbingly clear as we delve deeper into the unsettling truths about him. For quite a while, the internet thought him to be a misjudged but modest fellow, only to find out that he is the worst of all TikTok predators. On November 28th, 2021, Brandon posted this video on his TikTok account.
Everyone, there's some stuff went around that made me look bad. Made it hard to get emo girlfriend, but I do feel really lonely, like I really want an emo girlfriend to grow old and happy with, but I'm gonna keep my head up. I'm gonna find that one girl for me one day, so.
In this video, he openly admits that there are rumors circulating about him that can be seriously damaging to his reputation. He even goes so far as to claim that because of these rumors, he may never find an emo girlfriend. To a lot of people, this video just sounded like a nonsense rant, as they had no idea what stuff he was talking about. They even sympathized with him in the comments section. This video was the last thing he posted on his TikTok account and disappeared for a while. Sometime later, he made another TikTok account named Brandon Brutal 7, and this account has currently 3.4 million followers. He said that he had forgotten the password of his previous account and would post on this one from now on.
Hey everyone, I'm shut out of my other account right now because my I did not know my Google account password, and my phone number has just dropped out of nowhere, and I have a new one because someone else was controlling it because it was a shared whatever thingy. So the phone number has just dropped out of nowhere, so I couldn't get back into my into my old account, and I made a new one.
For a while, he just kept posting his typical content comprised of lip-syncing videos and poorly directed skits. Then, on January 30th, 2022, a video surfaced on an Instagram account that shook the entire TikTok community. In this video, Brandon can be seen confusing something and indicating that he may be unalive himself. This video was reposted and shared on various channels, accounts, and news articles. And soon it became common knowledge that Brandon Brutal was dead. Brandon's fans were paying tribute to him. News articles were picking up on the story, and even people who never watched his content felt sad about this tragic loss. The comments section on this subreddit can give you a clear idea of how people felt about his death. The whole TikTok community was heartbroken. Speaking of the Instagram account that posted his final video, there was widespread belief that it belonged to Brandon himself. Although this account is now no longer available, we can still refer to a post it made prior to its deactivation. The post offered some insight into the situation. To honor the request of Brandon's fans, his family will continue to post unreleased photos here for you to remember him by. Long live Brandon Brutal. Rest in peace, Brandon. So, considering the tone of the post, it was allegedly Brandon's family that was posting these videos and photos. Brandon's fans in the comments section of this post were distraught. They were completely shocked at his sudden death. But the problem is we are aware that he was not dead, and something shady was going on behind the scenes. A lot of drama unfolded between the rumors of his death and his reappearance on social media. People eventually discovered that the Instagram account that was making all those sorrowful posts about Brandon had nothing to do with his family. A woman named Sandra Phillips made a Facebook post sometime later, stating that Brandon was not in fact dead, but receiving some sort of medical treatment. She requested people to pray for him. It was later revealed that this woman was allegedly Brandon's mother. If you've carefully watched Brandon's confession video, he speaks about a woman named Kate. That woman also came forward after a while, ensuring people that Brandon was unwell but still alive. At this point, the internet was divided. Some believed Brandon to be dead, while others thought it was a well-planned publicity stunt. Several months after the incident, Brandon resurfaced on social media. In February 2022, he took to Instagram Live to address his followers. During the live stream, he clarified that he had not attempted suicide and was, in fact, doing perfectly well. He also explained that his TikTok account had been taken down, but sometime later he did another live and talked in detail about the whole fiasco. According to him, he overdosed on aspirin out of desperation because he could not sleep for 3 days. After that, he spent 3 days in the hospital and was later shifted to a mental health facility.
But some people thought I faked my death, but I didn't. What happened was, after going to mental facility and coming back home, since I took mental facility medicine, I started losing my sex drive. And so that made me get depressed. And then after that, I couldn't get to sleep for 3 days in a row. And so not having a sex drive anymore and not getting to sleep for 3 days in a row drove me to suicide. I took like 3 bottles of aspirin, and then I went home, all the way home, and went to sleep in my bed. And then out of nowhere, people started grabbing me out of my bed. They took me to the hospital. I stayed there for several days. And then they took me to the mental hospital for a week. So yeah, so I couldn't contact anyone letting know that I was okay, because, you know, I was put in mental hospital for a while. I think I had my phone at the hospital though. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't die. It was a serious attempt though, but it didn't happen. So I'm good.
Since he had no means to contact anyone, he was unable to clarify all the rumors circulating about him being dead. We would also like to mention at this point that Brandon may also be autistic. This tells us a great deal about his personality, because a 35-year-old man behaving the way he does is confusing and concerning for a lot of people. He himself admitted in one of his TikTok videos that he has mild autism. Now, before going further into this story, we would like to discuss Brandon's reputation outside the digital realm. Up until this point, he was well loved on the internet. People somewhat enjoyed his cringe content, and there was no discussion of him being a predator. But some things he said before disappearing in November are worth discussing. Watch this video, for instance.
Hey, what I want to say in this video is, alright, something inspirational. But first, before something inspirational, I want to say this. I've been listening to emo music for 14 years. I think the first emo band I ever listened to was Dashboard Confessional. And then after that I got an Escape to Fate, and then after that My Chemical Romance and all. And I've been dressing emo and having this emo hair for 14 years. So I know people are bashing on me in my town, okay? People are bashing on me a lot, you know? They're trying to make me not look the way I want to look and everything. But like, yeah, so I actually have like a person who has a vendetta against me in my town, causing all these people to bash on me. Okay, I am literally getting bashed on. Some people try to hit me with their cars sometimes. You know, sometimes when I'm even in the car with another person, you know, but you know what? I'm still being myself. I still do my hair the same way I want to do my hair, basically. I still dress the same way. No matter what they say about my band shirts, I still wear them. You know, I keep listening to music I've always been listening to for like 14 years. So, you know, I first started out like I think 13 years is when I started, 13 years ago was when I started listening to Hawthorne Heights, All Time Low, early Panic at the Disco, early Fall Out Boy, Elizana, a lot of My Chemical Romance. The thing is, yeah, I ain't bashed on, but you know what? Yeah, be yourself. Like, that's all I want to say. It might not help you, but just wear what you want to wear. If it's what you like, go for it. Don't seek other people's approval or validation. And if you're listening to a type of music and you think people might not think you're cool for liking it, whatever. Like, go for it yourself. It's what you like. If you want a piercing or a tattoo and you like it, go for it. I mean, it's all about you liking it. You don't need other people's validation. No validation but your own validation. If it feels right to you, it's all good. So that's all I want to say. Just please never give up on being yourself. I'm not giving up on being myself, even though I'm being bashed on. I'm gonna be bashed on for a lot longer too, until it finally fades out. But just keep it up. Keep it up. And always be yourself, and don't let them bring you down. So that's what I want to say in this video and everything.
Here he indicates that he has somewhat of a bad reputation in his town. He does not give out details, but hints that an individual is spreading rumors about him. In another video, he explains that he had to leave his job because people there were accusing him of bad stuff. Again, he does not give out details, just clarifies himself and moves on.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Yeah, so, you know, I'm not at a workout right now because I quit. I got out of there. So no. Yeah, I got out of there because people were accusing me of stupid stuff while working there. So I just quit. Wait. Yeah. I'm done. So, no, follow me, you know, for more emo scene videos and everything. I was gonna do some like more goth videos, but honestly, the people in my town will go to those bands and tell them lies about me and get those bands to hate me too and say they don't want me to listen to their music. So I'm not doing that now because I don't want a whole nother set of bands hating me. So, oh yeah, but anyway, yeah, I quit. Alright, follow me for more, I guess, emo scene videos, and I'll keep posting and everything. So
Then there's this particular video that stands out. In it, he appears genuinely miserable, and it's clear that something is weighing heavily on him. According to him, he has developed feelings for an emo girl in his town, someone he admires deeply. However, his reputation is apparently so tarnished that he fears she would refuse to date him.
So I woke up this morning thinking about that emo girl in the blue truck. Okay, she actually used to like me and want to date me, but not anymore. And I get feelings for women very easily. I'm like a hopeless romantic. So having like feelings for her, but having them completely unrequited feels really horrible. It feels nice when I like think about thoughts about her that makes me feel a love feeling, but then like also knowing she doesn't feel the same way just makes depression and sadness seep into that. And then, but yeah. But, you know, I guess to make her comfortable, since she kind of believes the accusations going around my town, unfortunately, of me, I'm going to keep my distance away from her to keep her comfortable, because I don't want to scare her, because I know she believes the stupid rumors, but, yeah, I really like her.
The way he keeps going on and on about his social standing is alarming. It's evident that people in his town dislike him and he's seeking validation on the internet. He was gaining a considerable fan following at this point, and these videos also did not receive any negative attention. People were either trolling Brandon for his peculiar behavior or giving him love, as there was no mention of him being a sketchy. However, things took a downturn once Brandon reappeared on social media. He managed to revive his TikTok sometime in 2022 and continued posting his weird and subpar content. This is one of the very first videos he posted after coming back from the dead.
This I could just find it something, but now I know another take go by.
It's important to note that some people who were not Brandon's hardcore fans still believed him to be dead. So it was shocking for them to see him alive and lip-syncing to an emo song. The comments section of this video is nothing but amusing. Remember we told you how obsessed Brandon was about finding an emo girlfriend? Well, in February 2023, Brandon announced on his TikTok that he is no longer single. He says he's been dating a girl called Sammy. The video is titled, "Finally Taken."
Hello everyone. Okay, I am very excited. I am no longer single. I have a girlfriend. Well, it's long distance relationship though, but it's still a relationship. But she went ahead and ordered some stuff for DoorDash for me. And she got me all this, all these boxes of chocolate and everything, and other stuff too. So I'm really happy about it. So yeah, I'm no longer single. I am taken by a beautiful girl. Her name is Sammy, and she's very cute. Her voice is very cute, and so that's what I wanted to say because I'm excited about telling people about her because I love her so much. So yeah, I'm really happy with her and everything. She's exactly what I like and everything. I mean, yeah. So anyway, just wanted to brag about her a bit. So I'm go ahead and go.
He just looks ecstatic in the video, and his audience also seemed quite happy for him. People were cheering for him in the comments section and giving him wishes. One fan even wrote, "If she hurts him, she is done for." So that is how people felt about him back then. He presented himself as an autistic man who was suffering from a lot of mental health issues, and people genuinely felt sorry for him. However, it's unclear if Brandon was actually dating this girl. No one has ever seen her, to be honest. Interestingly, if you visit her Facebook profile now, you'll notice the username BrandonBrutal2024 displayed there. What's even more puzzling is that this girl supposedly lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, the same town as Brandon. Claiming to be in a long-distance relationship with someone living in the same town raises serious doubts and makes the entire situation even more baffling. 2023, something else happened in Brandon's life that'll make you forget this tiny glitch in his love life. Some screenshots started circulating online showing Brandon inappropriately engaging with a minor. Now, we'd like to mention at this point that this account talking to Brandon was actually a catfish, not an actual 15-year-old girl. Up until this point, Brandon would talk about his reputation in vague terms. But in 2023, we saw some serious allegations surface against him, and these screenshots presented the first piece of evidence. The content of this chat is pretty disturbing. The conversation that casually started with a small talk quickly turned into something creepy and disgusting. The girl, of course, messages Brandon first, asking what he's doing. Brandon replies that he's eating gummies. They talk about casual stuff for a while, and then Brandon asks if he can add the catfish on Facebook. At this point, he realizes that she is a minor and immediately changes his tone, saying that she is probably a minor and he can't add her. However, it took Brandon just a tiny amount of convincing to reveal his true self. He asked the girl when they could meet in person and said that she looked really cute. And then this conversation took a nasty turn. Brandon then asked the girl to send him some inappropriate pictures. And when she sends him a nude photo from an adult site, he says some pretty disgusting stuff that we can't show here. At the end of this conversation, the catfish reveals that she is not a real person, and in response, Brandon immediately blocks her. The fake online persona that Brandon has created of a misunderstood and innocent individual was about to crumble down, and Brandon sensed it. Soon after these screenshots were leaked through a Facebook page, Brandon started lamely justifying himself on TikTok.
Hello everybody, so there's this thing going around to where I was so-called talking to a 14-year-old. Okay, first of all, the girl started messaging me first. I messaged her. I did not know her age. And then she started messaging me other stuff. And then I was like, okay, I checked her age and I told her to stop talking to me. I said, I can't talk to you, you're a minor. And so she kept talking to me. She just kept talking to me. And she sent some photos I didn't ask for at all. She just sent them instantly. And then I was like, no, I can't do this. And I was at church at the moment when she sent those photos. That's bad. But anyway, yeah. And also, so any of the, me talking to her, there's some other stuff that, that seems like I said, but I didn't, because there's Photoshop. What I want everybody to know is I don't trust recordings. I don't trust videos. I don't trust screenshots, because anyone can fake a screenshot of something that's not real. And they can fake a recording. They can fake messages and everything, because, you know, technology is really advanced these days, and so they're able to do anything like that. That's why I don't trust recordings or screenshots, because anybody could just be making it up and just using the technology they have in their hand. But then again, no, I didn't call her cute. There's one message in there where it seems like I said she's cute, but no. And there's the other one where I so-called asked for news, but not really, because she just sent them to me, and so I blocked her. She is blocked right now, and I'm not talking to her, because I already said no, I don't talk to minors, so she's gone. But then again, she goes and does all this. That makes it look like I messaged her things I never messaged her. So it basically was a trap. They trapped me into talking to her, and then they changed the messages that I said into what I didn't say. So it basically was some sort of whatever. But then again, yeah, so I'm pedo free. So I'm all good. I don't do stuff because I like women.
So he clearly denied the whole thing. According to him, the screenshots were photoshopped. He further added that he did not continue talking to the girl once he found out she was a minor. However, he presented another version of the story sometime later that did not match this version at all. So in this video, he's saying his Facebook account was hacked, and the person who hacked it must have been talking to minors. But in the initial video, he admitted to writing some of the stuff in the leaked chats. This version, however, appears completely lame and twisted, as he denies ever engaging in conversation with a minor. To justify himself, he posted another lame video to his TikTok, saying he can't ever be a pedophile because he likes adult women who have big breasts.
Okay, I'm making this video. I was about to go to sleep, that's why I don't have eyeliner on or my choker on, because I'm about to go to sleep. The thing is, there's people that are saying there's literal proof of me being a pedo, which there isn't. Let me tell you something, okay? There's this other Facebook account that copied my account and made their account look exactly like mine, and they talked dirty to a minor, right? The account wasn't mine. The account belonged to someone who made their account look like mine, and then they talked to that minor that way, and they screenshotted it, and they made it into a video, and they spreaded it. So notice, in that video, those screenshots, it's not proof of me being a pedo, because I never said those things to that person. So, it's not proof, because it's someone else saying those things to her, someone else is being bad. So, yeah. So it's not really proof, because I prefer adult women, never minors, okay? So just know I'm not a pedo, and there's no proof of me being a pedo because the account was someone else who copied my account to make their account look exactly like mine, and then they taught to that minor, screenshotted it, and spread it around. So no, I'm not a pedo. So good luck trying to, because yeah, the truth is, and I'm telling you the full-on truth is, I'm not a pedo. I'm not attracted to minors. I like adult women. So that's the way it is.
At this point, everything he said just sounded nonsensical and absurd. It was evident he was foolishly trying to cover up what he had done. But unfortunately, Brandon's audience, even his most loyal fans, discovered his true self, and his viewership began to decline.
Hello everybody, in this video I wanted to ask, does anyone know why my views went down? Like, out of nowhere, my views started going way down. So I don't know, my content might be boring or something, but I don't know. I might be doing too much of the same thing. So like, my views have gone way down. So if anyone has an idea why that's happening, you can let me know. Because I have no idea. My views went way down. And I really don't know why. So if anyone has any advice on how to get my views back up again, then you can tell me and everything. So I just don't know why my views went down so much.
The comments section of Brandon's videos, once brimming with admiration and support, had transformed into a hub for relentless trolling. It became clear to Brandon that public sentiment toward him had shifted dramatically. In response, he deleted all his TikTok videos discussing the leaked chats, opting instead to address the controversy exclusively through live streams. During one particularly heated live stream, Brandon vented his frustration over the entire ordeal, going so far as to issue violent threats toward the supposed hacker he claimed had compromised his Facebook profile.
Facebook, he used it to talk dirty to a filthy minor, and then the minor thought it was me and screenshotted it and spread it everywhere on Instagram and TikTok and everywhere. And thanks to the hacker, I looked at all the comments of how people felt about me before the screenshots. And no one feels like that about me anymore. Thanks to the hacker making me look like a p***, making me look like Davey Vanity. Oh, hacker, if you're watching this, I'm gonna throw you down and I'm gonna gut you with a chainsaw. You hack my profile, you mother. I'm gonna find this hacker and I'm gonna kill him.
In another live stream, he stated that people who think he likes kids should know that a 15-year-old is not a kid but a teenager, and kids and teenagers are two different things.
And people who sing I like kids, let me get this straight. A 15-year-old is not a kid. A 15-year-old is a teenager. And I'm not into teenagers either. Okay? You can't say someone's into kids when they were asking news from a teenager. Because kids and teenagers are two different things. They are both minors, yes, but they're still different.
To tell you the truth, he looks completely delusional and clueless at this point. He's stopped receiving all of the love he was used to, and it's making him lose his marbles. While this controversy greatly tarnished Brandon's reputation, the rest of the year went very quietly for him. There was no substantial evidence against Brandon except the leaked screenshots, and anybody can fake them. So the internet soon forgot about the whole situation and moved on to other juicier stories. Towards the end of 2023, we did see a considerable change in Brandon's appearance. He was now consistently wearing black clothes, and his outfit now contained various heavy chains. While his outfit and his appearance changed drastically, his wishes and desires were still the same. On August 8th, 2023, Brandon posted yet another video expressing that he is still in search of an emo girlfriend, someone who is 22 or up, because he has already said 1,000,000 times that he does not date minors.
Hello everyone. So, you know how I kind of switched from emo to goth, kinda? I still like emo music and everything, but the thing is, just like a long time ago in my other videos, I said I wanted an emo girlfriend. Well, I still do want an emo girlfriend. I mean, I would like a goth girlfriend, but I still would like an emo girlfriend, you know. So yeah. So like, and I like women who are like 22 and up. So if it's an emo girl who's 22 and up, I would go for that. So, so yeah, I still want like an emo girlfriend. So that would be nice. So yeah, I still do want one still.
At this point, a significant portion of Brandon's fan following was replaced by trollers. A lot of his loyal fans were now finding out about the leaked screenshots and pressing him to address the situation. Brandon was continuously giving clarifications in the comment sections, trying to convince everyone that he was not a p***. Some trollers even started comparing him to Davey Vanity, a famous emo singer who was accused of grooming a minor. During a live stream, Brandon got so upset over this comparison that he threatened to block anyone who compared him to Davey Vanity. No matter what Brandon said, it seemed that people were now convinced of his guilt. His lame justifications were not helping much at this point. Then in November 2023, another controversy started stirring up in Brandon's life, and this also concerned his dear friend, Cat Catastrophe. For anyone who does not remember Cat, she's the same friend Brandon mentioned 2 years ago in his confession video. Brandon mentioned in one of his TikTok videos that Cat was no longer friends with him because of all the rumors about him.
Oh, hey everybody, I'm making this video because someone tricked my friend Cadis into not being friends with me anymore. They tricked her into thinking I'm a when I'm not. So the bad thing is, yeah, there's a copy account out there of me, and it talks to minors sometimes. A friend of mine showed me that there was this fake account, and the fake account was out there talking to minors and stuff. And what the fake account does is screenshot the conversations, and then they pass it on as me talking to the minor. See, now I lost my friend because she thinks I'm a when I'm not. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not a I just masturbated to a woman with big boobs last night. Yeah, it was a woman. A full adult woman with big boobs, and I'm not lying. So anyway, yeah, someone tricked her now. She doesn't want to be friends because someone tricked her into thinking I'm a when I'm not. Like, I have to get a hold of her somehow to give her my side of the story. I don't know how to do that though. I walk up straight to the door if I could, but yeah, I don't know where that is. So, but seriously, you know, seriously, there is a copy account out there of me. It talks to minor. It talked to Mandy. It talked to that girl Mandy. And it made it look like it was me talking to her when it really was a fake account. Okay, the fake account looks exactly like my account, right? So yeah, it looks like my account, but it's not. So what? So someone tell Cadis that there's a fake account that was talking to minors, that was talking to Mandy and not me. So just let her know that, okay? Yeah, I don't know what to do about that fake account. But I know I did not talk to Mandy that way. When I was talking to her, and I was gonna add her on Facebook, then I saw her age on Facebook and said, sorry, I can't add you. I don't add minors. Sorry, but bye, is what I said. And I cut the conversation off of that. She kept messaging me, so I blocked her, because it's like, hey, I already said you're a minor, I ain't talking to you. And so I just blocked her.
Later in the video, Brandon also said that she may not be intelligent or special enough to understand that he is not a pedophile, and all the rumors about him are false.
So, I don't know what this fake account of me is doing. It was a fake account talking to her. And now since all that happened, I lost my friend because my friend isn't smart anymore. I don't really think she's intelligent because if she would believe I'm a pedophile, then she's not intelligent. I mean, I don't even see her as anything special anymore if she would believe something like that about me. You know, a true friend wouldn't think that about another person. That's just, no, that's not a real friend. So anyway, Yeah, so, like I said, I still have a little bit of a sex drive. A little. I have just enough to, because last night I was looking at, like, women with big boobs. I go up to the same woman, I mean, all the time. It's this one woman with big boobs who looks really hot that I like looking at. Yeah.
He looks pretty upset with Kat at this point. He also mentioned in one of his live streams that if he could walk up to her door to clarify himself, he would do that. But he does not know where she lives. Well, it was later revealed by Kat that Brandon had tried to stalk her and find out where she lived.
Okay, it's not gonna happen because I have no idea where my friend lives. If I did, I would go knocking on the door, telling her that I don't do that stuff. Because I'm really angry right now. I feel very angry. Yeah. I know it's creepy, but when your friend starts being friends with you because of something, you're gonna wanna tell them your side of the story. Besides, I can't find her, so.
And he did not just stop there. Right after this live stream, Brandon took to Instagram to express his anger and frustration. He wrote in an Instagram post, "I no longer see you as special. You left me because of a lie. My fist knows no gender." To a lot of people, including Kat, this post looked like an open threat. After this, she blocked him from all social media accounts and also filed a complaint against him. Brandon's frustration was very evident the whole time Kat was not talking to him. He repeatedly mentioned her during his live streams and even made some pretty disgusting remarks about her. You all heard what he said. He calls Kat his friend and then goes on to talk about her like this.
I had a picture of Cat Catastrophe in my phone, and not that long ago, I was kind of...
Sometime after this incident, Kat presented her side of the story through her YouTube channel. She wrote in the comments section, "Hey everyone, I'm sorry that I've left people confused. Let me provide you with context. Brandon Brutal is a TikTok star, and I'm a much smaller influencer within the online scene community. Yes, it still exists. He lives very close to me, and I've known him for years, since before he got famous. He has been publicly harassing and doxing me for months now. That is why I made this video in an attempt to let the public know what's really going on from my perspective. I'm working with local authorities already and just trying to provide insight. You guys deserve to know the truth, and I deserve my privacy. Thank you so much for everyone's support in this situation." In the YouTube video she posted, she briefly talked about Brandon and revealed that he has been stalking her, revealing her personal information and urging his audience to contact her. She clarified that she does not associate with him and wants no part in this drama.
My information is still being spread around the internet. The point of this video was to just clear up any confusion and to publicly state that I am not associated with him and I want no part in this. This is harassment and I'm working to put a stop to it.
While Brandon was moved on from Kat, his Instagram lives were becoming more and more sinister. He would constantly talk about weird stuff on live streams, thinking that they won't be recorded or clipped. But unfortunately, a lot of his abhorrent conversations surfaced on the internet, making people seriously doubt his sanity. Watch this video, for instance.
I want a woman to hit me and call me a piece of and then at me and say I'm a dirty boy. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. Googled man who fucks chicken, and it goes to this page that says this guy got a 12-year sentence in jail, in prison or something, for, you know, eating chickens. And I was like, wow, there's someone. I knew there was someone else who I knew there was someone who did that. And then I googled man who pig, and there was a man who was locked up in the pig. So yeah, that's bad. Animals can't okay, minors can't consent to adults, and animals can't consent to humans. So don't fuck an animal. Yeah, just no, that's nasty.
And here's another one where he clearly admits that he is attracted to mannequins.
And sometimes when I'm at Target, I kind of touch the women mannequins sometimes.
In his earlier days, Brandon's TikTok content was relatively harmless, consisting of lighthearted videos. However, following the scandal, his content took a noticeably darker turn. His focus shifted almost entirely to discussing women and his peculiar sex fetishes. It comes across as if he's overcompensating, attempting to deflect from the allegations about his interest in minors by obsessively talking about adult women. At this point, he also went completely inactive on his TikTok account. The reasons are unknown, but he made another TikTok account after a while and started posting there. However, most of the videos from this account are now deleted. As he was not very active on his TikTok, he was engaging with his fans mostly through Instagram Live. During one particular live stream, something happened that left all the viewers in deep shock. So Brandon was doing one of his usual late-night live streams when his dad entered the room and asked if he was going to bed. He can be seen arguing with his dad, and then he stands up and shakes the chair in frustration. This infuriates Brandon's dad, and he gives him what we would like to call an old-fashioned whooping. He does not have a very good relationship with his dad.
I wasn't doing nothing. I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm trying to get ready for bed.
That's why you're talking?
No, I'm just...
I heard you in my fucking room.
No, I'm trying to get ready for bed and you're interrupting me.
Interrupt you for you go to bed? Dude, what I come here for? I'm in my room. My TV full blast and I hear you.
Yeah, I want to go to bed.
And so you were going to bed, and so you got to talk to yourself before you go to bed? We're going to talk about this, man. You guys got to talk. You got to motherfucker, you fucking... I'm Broly! Hit me, come on, hit me. You're out of here. Good. Hit me. Hit me. Come on. Hit me. Hit your dad. No, he's not. You want to fuck your dad? Come on, get the out of here. Get the out of here. You want to bed? Get the out of here.
No, you interrupted my life.
Get the
No.
Apparently, Brandon's dad disagrees with his life choices. Brandon himself posted a video a while ago talking about his dad's annoying hoarding habits. Now, moving on, in 2024, Brandon was still obsessed with the fact that people were calling him a pedophile. He was still doing everything he could to rewrite the narrative around him and drown the allegations. But an audio clip surfaced that made it almost impossible for people to forget about his tendencies. This is what he said in the audio clip.
Hey, pretty lady. Yeah, I know, I sent a voice message to your other friend, hitting on her. The thing is, I'm very well, though. This is all creepy, but I really don't care because you both think I'm a kid dipper. So, you can't break what's already broken. So, anyway, yeah. I was looking at your TikTok videos, and I saw that one video where you had no makeup on. You looked cute. You looked so damn adorable. Just want to snuggle you. Make you my snuggle kitten. I'm sorry. I'm getting really creepy. But anyway, yeah, I was looking in your eyes, and it made me feel like a lot of warm, fuzzy, blissful. And then I started having fantasies of like holding you close and snuggling you and just being with you and putting a ring on you. I fall in love with women really fast, okay? I'm trying not to but anyway, I'm gonna look emo again once my dad picks up my band shirts and my ex, Sammy, gets my eyeliner, black hair dye, my black nail polish, door dashed to my room on either Tuesday or Wednesday, then I'll be happier and looking the emo way I usually look. But yeah, so like I'm honest when I say I'm not a kid dipper. I'm not a kid. I'm not into minors. I just love adult women. Like I said, you can't break something that's already broken. You already think of me as a kid dipper, so it doesn't matter if you think I'm a creep too. So, whatever, so yeah. I gotta.
Not only that, he was also arrested in February 2024, not for interacting with minors, but for issuing some pretty violent threats. So apparently Brandon lives near a school and walks by it daily. He mentioned in his live stream that he used to walk by the school almost daily without any problems before the allegations surfaced. Now kids from the school harass him, even though he has clarified many times that he is not into minors.
Only 50 feet from this school, And none of them get harassed at all. And they live a lot closer to it than I do. And I don't get it. Like, what the hell? And I should be harassed for it because I'm not into minors. Oh, God. Whatever. So 5 more months of being harassed. And then after June 11th or June 15th, whenever in June they get out of school, then I can enjoy the rest of the summer, I guess. Like, when I first came to this town, I used to take a walk up there, past the school, and take a left turn, go down there, and then walk back home. I used to do that a few times a day. I mean, I used to do that like a few times every week. And no one harassed me at all. No one said to me. I don't really do that anymore because I don't really go on walks anymore. I just skateboard a lot now. I sometimes go on walks when I want to walk to the store to get something. But I just don't go up there anymore, so. Yeah, when I used to walk up there, no one was harassing me. Now, I don't even go up there at all, and people are harassing me for it. That's weird. You can't harass an autistic person for living next to a school. Like, there's nothing I'm gonna do with this school. There's nothing up there for me. I'm not into the minors that are there at all. And I'm not trying to say this as an excuse to live next to the school, because I don't want to be near those kids. I don't want to. I gotta be quiet now. Hold on.
This is Brandon venting about the situation, but as always, he couldn't leave it at that. What started as a typical rant quickly spiraled into something far darker and more unsettling. In a live stream, Brandon's frustration boiled over, and he openly threatened to take a gun to the school and commit an act of destruction. Someone immediately reported this to the police, leading to Brandon's arrest on February 15th, 2024. However, he was released on a bond of $30,000. The document from the police revealed some pretty disturbing information about Brandon. Apparently, Brandon already had 2 complaints filed against him for misconduct and threats in 2020. The police documents stated that Brandon threatened to harm Walmart with a gun because people there were videotaping him. Not only that, a nearby university filed a complaint against Brandon that he had anonymously called them to give bomb threats. The documents also revealed that Brandon gave the police the same cock and bull story he had been giving his audience. He said that my account was hacked and it was not me issuing the threats. Soon after his release, he was rearrested for unknown reasons and ended up spending 6 months in jail. And even when he was released in August, he was still on house arrest. Amidst all this drama, he came back to TikTok and Instagram under a different name, hoping that people would now forget about what he had done. But by now, a majority of his audience knew what he was, no matter how many usernames he changed. You'll see him acting very differently from this point on in the story. He lost all his piercings, the eyeliner was gone, and the once straightened hair was a curled mess. He was also becoming a target of incessant online trolling. All of his live streams were now being recorded, and people were joining his live streams to confront him about the situation. In one of his first live streams after being released, Brandon briefly shared his experience in jail. He mentioned that all his piercings were removed, the food was substandard, and he felt malnourished during his time there.
See, again, sorry for not looking at the comments. I have too many allegations against me to be looking at comments, so it's not mentally healthy for me. Shoot. Health for us sucks, man. See, I can't fit my ear shrank. I can't fit my ear tunnels in. Gotta get those tapers. So once I get the tapers, I can re-stretch my ears and put the ear tunnels back in. Damn. I just didn't like that in jail, man. When they made me take my lip piercing out and my ear tunnels, that sucked. I'm never going back to jail again. I'll be honest with you, when I made that threat, I did not know it was illegal at the time. I knew it was wrong, but I did not know it was illegal. But now I know it's illegal, because I went to jail for 6 months for it, and I'm on house arrest for it too. So, I'm not doing that again. I'll learn my lesson. It's not good to be in jail. It's not healthy to be in jail anyway, because you get malnourished there because they feed you really crappy, cheap, processed food, and it's not, the portions aren't very large enough either. And the commissary doesn't really help because it's just a bunch of snacks and candy. But yeah, I'm doing healthier now. I have more food to eat now since I'm out of jail. Real food. I went to QT, which I wasn't supposed to. Thank God I didn't get put back in jail. I got some hot dogs loaded with honey mustard and barbecue sauce and banana peppers on top with some relish. I eat those down just like that. 2 of them. I can't go to a gas station and get a Monster Energy drink. I wanted to get one of those large Monster Energy drinks. The green one, the original green one, a large one of those, but because that's my favorite one. I can't get that because, well, I'm supposed to stay inside the motel.
He also very poorly handled all the trolling. It was now common for Brandon to issue violent threats to his trollers. Once he was out of jail, he also made various TikTok accounts that are now deleted and posted a lot of crazy things. He was once accused of looking at underage boys through their window. He himself recalled this story in one of his live streams.
It was at night, and there was a window with a light on, the only window. And then I saw 2 boys on the computer. And the thing was, I thought they were telling women I was a stalker on the computer. And so, that they were defaming me and making women not want me. But the thing is, I was so caught up in that, I later found out that they were actually in their underwear. And that's why the girl who falsely accused me of stalking her said I was a. So she came here to say that he looked at boys in their underwear. He's so she probably.
However, when he was confronted about the situation late on, he responded pretty aggressively and denied everything.
Hello, everyone. Also, what I want to say is I never looked through a window at little boys in my life. Because the thing is, I'm not gay. I don't like penises or anything like that. If you think I'm a kid dealer, do not follow me on that account, I swear. Because if you follow someone, okay, if someone follows someone who's a pedophile, that makes that person for following them, like.
And that's not all, because things get way worse. Despite having an ankle monitor, Brandon was keen to find an emo partner. However, he was now finding it extremely difficult to associate with an emo girl due to his reputation and current circumstances. He repeatedly expressed his frustration that adult women now want nothing to do with him. In one of his TikTok videos, he raged out at all the women out there, saying that they have no right to reject him just because they think he is a.
Get rid of another false accusation. The thing is, I don't harass women, but I'm angry and mad at the fact adult women are rejecting me like crazy. I deserve love. I deserve the right woman to marry, go on with. Women have no right to reject me just because they think I'm kids.
In this next clip, he is again trying to defend himself, saying that he never said that 15-year-olds are not kids, while we have proof of it on recording.
I never said that a 15-year-old wasn't a kid and that they're a teenager. I never said that in my life. A 15-year-old is not a kid. A 15-year-old is a teenager.
In many of his live streams, Brandon was focused on defending himself, lashing out at trolls, and expressing frustration at not being believed. In one particularly bizarre moment, he claimed that God had instructed him to speak the truth and declare that he was only attracted to adult women.
Stop lying? How am I lying? I am only attracted to adult women. I'm not lying. God would say it's a sin for me not to say I'm only attracted to adult women. Okay?
Because God knows it's true. I'm only attracted to adult women. You're lying, dude. You little babies. You sound like a baby. Get the off my... No, you're a liar. I'm denying it because I didn't do that. Stop lying? No, God told me to tell the truth. God wants me to say I'm only into adult women because I am. So I'm not going to go against what God wants me to do because he can decide whether I go to heaven or hell. So I'm not messing with something like that. Well, I can't be a because I believe in Jesus. And Jesus doesn't condone.
And meanwhile, he was still approaching adult women on social media in a very peculiar way. Through his now deactivated Facebook account, Brandon posted a romantic poem for a woman named Luna. However, the post did not go down well with all the women. Below his post, a long argument broke out where Brandon was trying to defend himself, so the women in the comments section were accusing him of being a pedophile. This frustrated Brandon so much that he said he might become the next Elliot Rodger. For those who don't know about Elliot Rodger, he was the murderer responsible for the 2014 Isla Vista killings, an incident that took 6 lives and injured numerous people. So you understand what Brandon is referring to here. According to Brandon, he is so frustrated with the women who are rejecting him that he might go on a killing spree like Elliot Rodger. This is messed up on so many levels. Later on, he also posted a video on TikTok saying that any woman he approaches just straight out blocks him. And this bothers Brandon so much that he wants to behave like Elliot Rodger. Funnily enough, just a few days prior, he denied ever saying that he wanted to become Elliot Rodger, stating that his account was hacked. And here he is talking about his desire to become Elliot Rodger on a TikTok video. The statements he's giving at this point are pretty concerning. Brandon is still awaiting trial, and the things he's been saying online are only digging him into a deeper hole. It seems he eventually realized the consequences of his reckless statements, as he later posted a video admitting he didn't want to say anything that might land him back in jail. In his words, jail is a penis farm with no decent food and no women to talk to. An oddly crude way to describe his experience. He even made a plea to his followers, asking them to have compassion and not separate him from his fans and family.
I'm here to talk to law enforcement and FBI. I know you've been watching me and profiling me, and I know at the end of the 30 days or whenever I go back to court, you'll use everything I said on the internet against me and probably put me back in jail. But f it, no, that's not happening. I'm not going back to that penis farm where it's a bunch of dudes day and night where there's no women to talk to. That sucks. I don't want to be separated from my friends, okay? I don't like that. I can't hang out with them if I'm separated from them. I don't want to be separated from my loved ones. I don't want to eat that cheap processed shit at the jail that made me malnourished. It malnourished me. When I got out, I could barely fit my pants on because I was like almost anorexic because I was so malnourished after being in jail. From now on, I know even more you're watching me. So from now on, I'm gonna make sure I don't comment or say anything really that will put me back in jail anymore. So I'm gonna clean up my mouth and not say anything that will put me back in jail, because I'm not going back to that penis farm. Think about it. Have a heart. Please have a heart. Do not separate me from my loved ones and my fans. I want to make TikTok videos again and and talk with my fans and everything.
Sometime after this video, he also posted a pretty depressing video saying that he may unalive himself because all these women are rejecting him.
So again, I don't know if you're gonna see me again on TikTok, because I don't know if I'm really gonna last. I don't know if these thoughts of mine, these S thoughts of mine are gonna actually become reality and I, pass away. I don't know. I'm seriously thinking about it. And I do feel like there's no way to escape it except to just die. I mean, the only way to not be hurt from adult women rejecting me, especially like emo adult women, is just, I guess, to off myself. Because then I guess if I'm they can't break my heart anymore by rejecting me, so I don't know, because I'm not sure if you go to hell for or not, but I don't care if I take the chance, because like being rejected by all these adult women, hell can't be worse than that, so I don't know. I'm just having like serious like thoughts. I'm so depressed. I don't have any alcohol at all to numb everything, so it's just getting worse. I just don't know what to do. I just wish women would know that I'm only attracted to adult women, so that adult women will stop rejecting.
However, he did mention on his Facebook after a while that he was in a relationship with a 31-year-old woman, but we can't say if it's actually true. In August 2024, the authorities slightly relaxed the restrictions on Brandon's ankle monitor, allowing him to step outside the motel where he was staying, though only within the limited range permitted by the monitor. Despite this small concession, he was far from free to roam wherever he pleased. However, an interesting twist followed. Brandon was reportedly asked to leave the motel altogether. The management allegedly took this step because his presence was making some of the other guests extremely uncomfortable.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just staying in the car because I'm not allowed in the motel because they kicked me out because I was talking talking with someone over the phone that made some guests at the motel uncomfortable. So I have to be at the gas station in the car near the motel. I'm close enough to the motel to where it counts, to where I won't get in trouble with the ankle monitor guy.
During this time, another series of screenshots leaked through a now deleted Facebook account. In the leaked chat, Brandon can be seen interacting with a minor once again. But this chat turned out to be fake, and the account that posted it got deleted. While people deduced immediately that this chat was fabricated and looked scripted, they were convinced that the one that got leaked earlier was 100% authentic. So where is Brandon Brutal now? Well, the authorities got hold of him again in August 2024. He was now arrested on a bond of $60,000. The document from the police stated that the trial would take place in May 2025, but Brandon could be released on house arrest if the conditions were met. And even if he is released, he won't be allowed to use the internet. But there are some recent proceedings in his case that changed a lot of things. Brandon recently had a mental evaluation done that revealed that he is incompetent. He was diagnosed with anxiety, schizoaffective disorder, and autism spectrum disorder. This information makes you feel almost sorry for Brandon. But still, his mental health is no justification for the things he's done. We can't sympathize with him while also holding him accountable for his past actions. He's scheduled to appear in court on December 4th, 2024, where the judge will evaluate whether he is truly incompetent. If found incompetent, he'll be placed in a secure residential facility where he can receive proper care. We hope that he gets the help he needs and that, if necessary, he's admitted to a mental health facility to ensure the safety and well-being of both himself and those around him.